That was their game plan. That was their plan. Which makes me question Gerard Mayo as a head coach. And fine, he doubled down on it today, saying that Alex Van Pelt is the coach of the offense. So again, Gerard Mayo saying more things that is going to open up more things on talk shows like this. That's what they do. But you know what? I watched all the quarterbacks this weekend. I saw Caleb Williams. I saw Jaden Daniels. I specifically watched J.J. McCarthy. And I was impressed. And Bo Nix, of course, you saw him this week. The fan bases are excited. It's the lead story when people are talking about teams. But when you talk about the Patriots, what's the lead story? Why did Brandon Ayuk turn it down, right? Gerard Mayo had something for that, too. He says when we start winning games, people will want to come to New England. Well, you got to win games first. That's something you do have to do, so duh. But people, or at least maybe they admitted that people don't want to play here from around the league. And today, more Matthew Judon stuff. People are calling the Patriots with interest or wondering what it would take to acquire a Matthew Judon. So the rest of the league looks at the Patriots as nobody wants to play there. They don't want to pay their players. Oh, Gerard Mayo, is he really making the decisions there? Because now they have an offensive head coach in Alex Van Pelt and a committee making decisions on their quarterback and not the head coach. So maybe it is all coming from above for the Patriots. Now, Gerard Mayo did say this weekend that Drake May will see more reps this week. And I'll at least give them credit for this. If Jacoby Brissett got 20 reps in practice, Drake May is getting 22. So that's at least consistent. I don't know if Drake May has been working with the ones or whatever you call ones right now. And there are some things they just haven't thrown at him. And I do feel as though the Patriots are protecting Drake May too much. Maybe it's because they are scarred by what happened with Mac Jones. Maybe the kid just isn't ready. That's something I'm starting to think about a little bit more. They did set that expectation all along. But did you see everybody else this weekend? Did you see them? And again, mentioned Alex Van Pelt and McAdoo are in charge of the quarterbacks and what reps they get. So that's not on Mayo, just so everyone knows. Mayo said again, Drake May will see more reps this week. And I'm not saying they're wrong for only playing Drake May one shift or one set of downs. I'm not upset about that because I do think it's a missed opportunity. I do. But at the same time, I'm not going to say they're wrong. I do think joint practices are important. That's something Bill Belichick always preached while in New England. So he got a ton of reps today. What's it going to look like against the Eagles and that pass rush against the Patriots offensive line and the experienced secondary against the Patriots rookie receivers and young receivers? Again, they were the ones who tapped out of the Brandon Ayuk. A, he didn't want to play there, but B, they tapped out. They might have spent the most money. And by the way, he's still at the 49ers. Why did you ever admit of getting out of it? Maybe he doesn't want to be there and would have taken the money. Just this whole entire offseason for the Patriots, I question. And I even question a little bit more when Mayo, at the season ticket holders practice yesterday, thanked everybody for being there. Then he brought up offensive coach, head coach of the offense, Alex Van Pelt. And this is what he said to the season ticket members. The head coach of the offense. He mentioned this about Drake May. He's been impressive and done everything we've asked of him. He studies really hard and puts the work in. We've cleaned up his footwork. The biggest thing I've seen from him is his ability to process quickly. He can go from first read to third read very quickly. He sees the field really well. This is what Alex Van Pelt told the season ticket holders at a practice yesterday. And he even brought up footwork. You know who brought up footwork? Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick brought up footwork. Why did he bring it up? If he cleaned it up, what are you worried about being him out there? Why are you worried about him being out there? Right? If he makes the reads really well and processes things and has ability, why is he only playing one series? He can go from first read to third read very quickly. He sees the field really well. then why are you being so overprotective? Like, this is what opens it up. You say things like this, and he plays one series, and we question it. But you know what? Maybe their plan isn't wrong. Maybe their plan isn't wrong. Maybe the joint practices are the right way for him to get adjusted to the NFL. Because clearly, they don't look at these games as any importance. Right? Certainly the league is pushing it, right? Preseason games. Got to go. Got to watch them. We're literally breaking down stats from meaningless games. So, in their defense, if they wanted to only give him one series to get his feet wet and have him ready to go for joint practices, albeit fine, I'll bow down to it. But when Van Pelt says those things to the season ticket members, that should make Patriots fans excited. Fans who are looking for excitement. They got a little from Joe Milton this week, but they wanted it from Drake May and the Patriots. I feel as though it was a wasted opportunity. Again, so many rookie quarterbacks got looks this weekend. And I'll give you the numbers coming up in just a little bit. But there's excitement in Chicago. There's excitement in Washington. There's excitement in Denver and Atlanta. It's clear this coaching staff feels Drake May isn't ready. Yet they'll tell you he can do this well and that well, and he's learning quickly. So, when I think about Gerard Mayo being the head coach of this team with a rookie quarterback and an offensive coordinator that, needs to do well in order to stay in the league and kind of bring in his guys, is it what's best for Drake May? Is it what's best for the Patriots? There's a lot of questions before we get about 3 weeks away and watching a preseason game this Thursday night. Drake May is expected to get more snaps. Could it bring more excitement to Patriots fans? Because, you're seeing it all over the NFL with the players selected in the draft this week, and they all played pretty well. We'll give you those numbers coming up on the other side here. Once again, the phone number is 617-779-0985. You can join us on YouTube. I already see guys in there already. And we'll get into some Red Sox stuff as well. I know they just got underway. And the Celtics, there's some interesting news and just the fallout of Team USA winning gold. I do want to hit on that game and then what it means for the Boston Celtics as well. So everything on the table tonight. Again, the phone number 617-779-0985. I'm Joe Murray. We got Skaz here, Christina as well. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. More Joe.
We're here tonight until 11 o'clock. Full show. I already see a bunch of people in the YouTube chat already. Feel free to join there. You can chat in. I'll read some of your comments. What is everyone's thoughts on the other quarterbacks this week? Like, it was tough for me to watch what was going on. NFL Network had some great coverage. I watched the early games right up until the night. They mic'd up some players. They were pretty honest. The players definitely know what's going on. You know, if you look around the league or just about some of the news stories regarding all the teams, it was pretty interesting hearing that. So I wanted to give them a shout out for their coverage. I thought it was really good. But just fans should be excited in all of these markets, right? Michael Penix this week, just an absolute beautiful throw in his first preseason game. He went 9 of 16, 104 yards with a 76 rating. And if you watch, he just looked the part. Strong throws, just a guy ready to go. And I don't know how long he'll be able to sit behind a Kirk Cousins. But the future of the Falcons with their new coach, offensive coordinator, the expectations of Kirk Cousins coming in, all the young players, Bijan Robinson, you name it, they're going to be competitive for years to come with health, right? With health. So I think that fan base should be excited, and it was nice to see at least Penix go out there, who some people wanted to see the Patriots take. You know, if we're talking about upside, Drake May probably has more. And this is the conversation when it comes to some of these college players and how they ranked up against Drake May. I mean, Drake May is 21 years old. Got some experience, played 20-something games. Did check, when I mean by check out of things, he rushed for 1,200 yards in 22 games. So if he didn't see a read, he dropped and ran. I don't know if that's necessarily something great in the NFL, but it shows that he has the athleticism. Jaden Daniels looked good. 2 for 3, 45 yards. And at the goal line, there was a screen play. He audibled out of it, faked it, and ran it in for a touchdown. It was beautiful. So probably something very similar to what he did at Arizona State and LSU. He had control of the offense, and on a 3rd and long, they took a shot down the sideline, and he connected on a big play. He looked ready. He looked good. Again, experienced. It was exciting. Washington fans should certainly feel that way. Of all the quarterbacks, I thought Caleb Williams looked the best. And what I mean by the best is he went 4 of 7, 95 yards. He had 3 drops. He would have went 7 of 7. He had a big rush for 20 yards. He looked elite. Some elite throws. I could see why he was the number 1 pick. There's always been that upside of Caleb Williams. There's some maturity issues and some other things for that matter. But as far as on the football field, Chicago fans should be excited. No wonder why they got Roma Dunze in the first round and traded for Keenan Allen. They believe in this guy. In Chicago football, I don't know if it's back, but Caleb Williams is the best quarterback they've had there in years. Years. And again, 1 preseason game. We'll see how it goes in the NFL when it really starts. But athletic and just through windows. It was really impressive. J.J. McCarthy had himself a game. Yep. He threw an interception on his first drive. But he went 11 of 17, 188 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and it looked good. And Justin Jefferson was mic'd up on NFL Network when he threw his second touchdown. But it was to the back of the end zone, read 3 reads, rolled out right. It was beautiful. Fans should be really excited about McCarthy. Another guy the Patriots had some interest in. Again, I don't know what his true upside is. Is there a ceiling? I don't know. That's all I'm hoping on right now when it comes to Drake May. All these guys have a ceiling. Mac Jones had a ceiling. I don't think Jaden Daniels does. I don't think Caleb Williams does. But could J.J. McCarthy? Absolutely. And could his ceiling be, just like a potential all Pro Bowler? Potential? Maybe. But when I looked at all those quarterbacks this week, every single fan base should be excited from what they saw, even though it was just one game. But Bo Nix, 15 of 21, 125 yards, threw a touchdown pass. It was a high-scoring game. Colts and Broncos. You got to see Anthony Richardson on the other side. It was exciting because both franchises. I understand Denver's got 3 quarterbacks, which probably means they have none. But Bo Nix could play. He sat in the pocket. He could move. He had different reads. He showed arm strength. Had nice touch around the goal line. We don't even know what Drake May is yet. All we're getting is reports from people who were down there. And again, I was down there one day. But this is all we're getting. This is all you want to see is what is this guy? What could he be? What could he look like? All the other fan bases got that. So what the Patriots are doing, I'm not saying it's wrong. It just needs to hit. And you're going to see against the Eagles this week. I've already mentioned this regarding the Philadelphia Eagles. I personally think they're going to win the NFC East this year. The Nick Sirianni thing is real. They already fired his coordinators. Him and Jalen Hurts certainly had issues. Hurts was calling Alabama just like Mac Jones did. Sirianni's on the hot seat. There is no doubt about it. But I also think there's too much talent there for things to go wrong. And with joint practices this week, they have a dominant defensive line that they've drafted. A dominant secondary that they've gotten free agency and also drafted this year as well. They have linebackers that can get at the quarterback. And offensively, you know about their wide receivers, right? So if you look at Smith, A.J. Brown, the Patriots are going to be tested. I'm curious to see what they look like. We just saw the 2 worst teams, arguably in the NFL, play a game last Thursday, or if you want to call that a game. And the Patriots absolutely dominated and did not want to let their number 3 overall pick get more than 6 reps. So that's why the talk of, look at all these other quarterbacks. They did it against the Panthers. This week, there's going to be joint practices and then a game. Gerard Mayo's already promised seeing more of Drake May. What if he struggles in the joint practices? Are they going to put him out there in the game? I think the fan base wants to start to see more of Drake May. Watching these other quarterbacks around the league perform, play well in preseason games, all you want is the excitement and you want to know what you have. And when it comes to the Patriots and when it comes to this ownership group, now that there's a new regime without Bill Belichick, I think it's fair to question everything with them. Why are they not playing? Why are they holding him back? Why are they doing it their own way? Why are they so overprotective of the kid? And it makes you wonder if he's ready. It makes you wonder if they feel like they got the wrong guy? This is what happens when you can't watch these kids and evaluate them yourselves. So I hope we get to see more of what Drake May is this week. 617-779-0985. Skaz, I know we kind of reacted to the Patriots game last week. I'm starting to agree more now that I don't think their approach is wrong, because we can't fault them for something that really we haven't seen yet. But watching the rest of these teams and how they did and not seeing Drake May, now I want to see him even more, and I have more questions every time Gerard Mayo opens his mouth.
Yeah, I get that, especially from a fan perspective. You know, he's the shiny new toy. Everybody wants them to play the number 3 overall pick, but I really have no issues at all with, the lack of playing time for Drake May. And, I still don't really think he should play at all this year. I mean, he's 21. He's raw. That's every single report about this kid before the draft was he needs time. He's going to sit. This isn't a guy that's turnkey. He's just not ready. So, that's not going to change from when he was drafted to now. And it's certainly not going to change with this roster and this team. So when I look at Caleb Williams playing great, number 1 overall pick, freak athlete, was viewed as, Mahomes light for the last couple of years before the draft. And he ends up in Chicago with, like you said, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, a
They
good
draft
line.
Odunze, yep.
Odunze. They have a solid tight end in Cole Kmet. So that's just about as good of a spot as any for a rookie QB to land. And then you look at J.J. McCarthy, who played in a Harbaugh offense for 3 years. Didn't throw the ball a ton. I don't know if we want to rehash the throwing attempts, matters for your experience. But he played 3 years in a Michigan pro-style offense with Harbaugh. Great offensive line. He ends up in Minnesota, where the line isn't, it's not going to be, to Michigan's what Michigan was to the field in college. But he has Justin Jefferson. He has Jordan Addison. Kevin O'Connell's a QB guy, so that's a little bit of a softer spot for McCarthy. And Drake May was raw. He's a project is a little strong, but they knew who they were drafting. If they look around the league and say, well, Caleb Williams is lighting it up, we got to play Drake May, I think that's dumb. That's not what you should do. So I have no real problem with the slow approach. I get it. It's frustrating. It's not sexy. It's not what fans want to hear. But Drake May is 21 years old. He's a kid, basically. I mean, he is. It's going to take time.
So here's where I'm going with it. Of everyone that played, he's the only one that's a kid, right?
I mean, McCarthy's 21. I think Caleb Williams is 22.
Okay.
But in terms of, football experience and being Caleb Williams, I almost throw out entirely because he's such a freak. He's supposed to be this guy for, 2 or 3 years. Everyone knew his, athletic prowess.
As a freshman, he beat out Spencer Rattler, who was one of the better quarterbacks in the country.
Yeah, so he's just a freak. So I think it's unfair to compare him to that, and then especially with the situation Williams ends up in. So if you want to look at McCarthy and say, well, McCarthy and Drake May are pretty much the same age, yeah, I get that, being frustrated, but they're two totally different guys. The ceiling with May's athleticism compared to the game manager and J.J. McCarthy, I think, is totally different.
And this is why I bring up Mac Jones. Mac Jones was ready to go right away. Beat out Cam Newton. He was ready to go. Pro Football Network came out with ranking the rookie quarterback debuts. We're going to have Chad Graff on. He's from Pro Football Network, so we'll talk to him later tonight. J.J. McCarthy, Bo Nix, 1, 2. Obviously, Williams, Daniels. McCarthy, Penix, Nix were all on the table when Drake May was selected. So this is why I'm doing it. This is why I'm doing it. Is it dumb to think that they have to get Drake May on the field because these guys played well? Yes. Yes. You're making too much sense, Kaz. But I think it's worth mentioning that they drafted this guy who needs more work, who's not ready, and that they're protecting while all the other teams are throwing their guys right out there because they're confident in them. Patriots aren't showing confidence in Drake.
I don't think the Broncos are confident in Bo Nix. I think they say, we have Zach Wilson and Jarrett Stidham. We might as well throw the kid out there.
Well, I mean, you got Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett's better than Zach Wilson and Jarrett Stidham. I mean, he's not going to light the world on fire, but he's a professional quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with the Jacoby Brissett experience for a year of Drake May development. I think where this really gets interesting is if, Bo Nix does start to play well in the regular season. You're like, well, the Broncos aren't that great of a roster. And then we get to next year, and if Drake May is not starting week 1, then I think we have a real problem. But the plan, I think, for the Patriots is Drake May will play a limited amount this year, and next year they get him a weapon in the offseason. Week 1, Drake May next season is your starting quarterback. It's not sexy, but that seems to be the plan.
I should probably mention that Kevin O'Connell of the Vikings just mentioned that J.J. McCarthy is going to miss tonight's practice with knee soreness.
Too many reps. You got too many reps out there.
I love this. Again, that's the guy the Patriots selected. The guy they have to protect. The guy that they're overprotecting way too much. At least I think they are. But everyone else played. And even if Jared Stidham's there or Zach Wilson or whoever else, Tyler Bagent, right?
Tyson Bagent.
Tyler. I don't want to. Tyler Haneke, right? Was he out there as well? I saw them all. Saw them all this weekend. There's a lot of suck out there. I got to tell you, there is a lot of suck in preseason football. All right, we'll have more on the Pats if you want to jump aboard. 617-779-0985. I do want to talk about the Red Sox, and there is some news regarding Jaren Duran that I just need to bring up awareness. It's the only reason why I'm doing it. I think it's a story because we need to bring awareness. That's why. Let's get to the Sports Hub headlines here. I'm Joe Murray. We'll get into a little bit of Sox next.
Sports Hub.
All right, back here 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. Here until 11 o'clock tonight. That was Jaren Duran talking before tonight's game. He's been suspended 2 games. I'm just going to say this. I want to bring awareness to the fact that we just can't talk like this anymore. We never should have talked like this. We should have never spoken like this. And I'm sure there's many of you in our age demographic. Actually, I don't know if you're in our age demographic, but there's people. I was raised a certain way. We all were raised a certain way. But you know what? We're at a time in our lives where we need to be decent people and know what's right and what's wrong, and that was wrong. So I'm only bringing this up because I like to make awareness of it. If you want to say things like that or because you did it as a kid or whatever, that's on you, bro. That's on you. Times have changed. And, when it comes to Jaren Duran, I don't want to throw up another red flag here for the kid. But it's, when I think of him, he's had a real big bounce back year personally for himself. He's dealt, and I'm not giving him any excuses. But this kid's coming back from something that he fights himself, and he did himself no favors. No favors at all. And really, you thought the Red Sox were developing a leader who won the heart and soul trophy before the game or whatever the award is. And I'm sorry, not a leader. Bad timing. It's unfortunate. This was the MVP of the All-Star game. The Red Sox need a face. They need someone else besides Rafael Devers. Jaren Duran was the guy. Jaren Duran is what I get. Every Little League player probably loves him. Right? Fast, has power, can field. You've seen him in the All-Star game. He's many, many, many things on a baseball field. He is not a leader. He is not a leader, and it's unfortunate. It's truly unfortunate. This kid has got all the tools. He's got all the tools. If the Red Sox want to help him in any way, which I think they have given him some help, he's got some mental illness things he's been fighting for a while. They need to work on this kid being a leader or decide if he can be a leader. And if he can't be, I don't know. They're probably not going to move on from him. They're probably just going to play baseball, and hopefully this thing passes is probably the perception. I heard Alex Cora with a comment like that today. I know it's hard to manage a team and someone says something stupid and ignorant, but you still have a game to play. Like, I know that's what happens. But when it comes to Duran, not a leader. And that's sad. That's unfortunate. He's got all the tools. Maybe doesn't have the makeup yet. But there's a bunch of other stories regarding the Red Sox. I only want to talk about it to bring awareness. You can't be talking like that. You can't be doing it. You can't. You can't do that. He's accountable. Everything he said, he took it on the chin. And I respect that. He didn't back away from it, but it's not going to go away, man. That is something you're going to have to face for a while, and we need awareness. Can't be saying things like that. When it comes to the actual team, though, they're in it right now. And what I mean by in it, yeah, they're still in the race. But this team, at the moment, lost 4 in a row. They got swept by Houston. The trade acquisitions somewhat failed over the weekend. James Paxton left with a weird injury. The Sox are still in it, but it's slowly coming apart. Can they hang in there? They've also announced that their big 3 prospects, Teal, Marcelo Mayer, and Roman Anthony, are moving up to Worcester. So maybe that's a good time for that to happen. But the Sox are in it. Things are slowly coming apart for the team. And I ask, can they hang in there? And this is where I bring up Jaren Duran again. You can't get suspended for saying something stupid in a playoff race where you missed two games that are extremely important. So not only did you say something stupid and you're going to have to deal with all that, you hurt your team. And Red Sox fans, ownership, whatever, this guy's got all the tools, but he's not a leader. Your thoughts at 617-779-0985. We are here until 11 o'clock tonight. We'll keep you posted on what's happening with the Red Sox. Right now, Brian Bayo on the mound, no score between them and the Rangers. But a big moment happened on Saturday. I was locked in. Sure, Skaz was. Team USA basketball. I want to kind of re-rack what happened, what my overall thoughts were after winning gold, and what does it mean for the Boston Celtics heading into next season. We'll take a quick break. We'll get into that on the other side. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub. Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
Curry, jab, triple, he sticks it!
Steph, say calm down, everybody.
It's Curry, step back, pump, Curry, ridiculous!
That's unfair.
Steph Curry, kick, Curry, again? You already know! Curry, dancing on Batum, over the double team. Oh! It's a golden dagger!
All right, back here at 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. Got to react to that Team USA men's game, the win over the weekend. I was absolutely locked in. Skaz, on Saturday, I literally planned my day around watching Team USA basketball, which I don't think I have done since Larry Bird 1992. I know I talked about this. I have never cared about basketball since the McDonald's Cups of 92. Never cared. Nope. Not even a little. By the way, I'm a collector. I like to collect, cards and memorabilia and stuff like that. I got a nice little pack of 1992 Team USA basketball cards that came with a nice little pin that says gold medal winners 1992. And I went, oh, this is cool. But I never cared about Team USA basketball. I was the type that was, well, if they're not winning gold, then stupid. What are they doing? This game, though, is locked in. I think there was something there. Because, Paris, what France is doing, Victor Wembanyama is one of the up-and-coming players in all of basketball. They had some names. Yabusele, who played with the Celtics and was drafted here. Nicholas Batum, right? Nice little player in the league. Rudy Gobert. You at least knew 4 or 5 of the guys that were on the French team. And, you watched that incredible comeback. I'm going to call it, that was an incredible comeback where Jason Tatum just sat there. Again, that's not where I'm going with this just yet. I was locked into the basketball game. I thought it was a great game. I love Olympic-style basketball. It's not about how well you dribble or how high you jump or any of that. It's about team, right? I love that style. It's not good for the NBA, though. And a lot of those guys probably wouldn't work out. Probably wouldn't work out in the NBA. The Olympic-style basketball is one of the most entertaining. I thought it was a great game back and forth. But this is what I wanted to bring up to you, Skaz. I'm now thinking that everything Steve Kerr did was calculated. I think Steph all along said he wanted to win a gold medal. He said that was the final box he needed to check in his career. Fine. KD broke the scoring record, right? The all-time scorer now when it comes to Olympic-style basketball. LeBron James ended up with the MVP. And then Steve Kerr is going to walk away now. He's going to retire, winning a gold medal with this group. He's going down with Steph, KD, and LeBron. And I know we've talked about this already. LeBron James has championed Jason Tatum. I think Kevin Durant has said quality things about the Celtics organization. Now, I know Steph, I think, respects the Celtics. I think he does. And I'm reminded again who they lost to in 2022. They lost to Steph Curry, the greatest shooter on the planet, and you heard it. Those highlights, I was polarized. I couldn't believe what Steph Curry was doing. No, I know what Steph Curry is capable of, and I didn't think he was capable of that. And then the final shot over Victor Wembanyama, the one that just kind of floated up in the air, and it just stood there, and when that went in, I went, I give up. This guy's the greatest shooter of all time. It was an amazing moment. I was locked in. I didn't think I was going to be locked into that. It was great basketball, but it was stars at the highest level. And I know we just watched an NBA championship here. Your daily reminder, by the way. Celtics are NBA champions. I'm starting to wonder if Steve Kerr wanted it this way, Skaz. I'm starting to wonder if he did not want Tatum involved. Halliburton had an injury, right? I think it was about KD, LeBron, Steph, and Kerr. I think it was about those guys, and that's what they did and made it about it. And I think everyone else had to take a knee. That's my point. But I thought it was an absolutely amazing performance from Steph Curry, and I can't believe I'm still amazed by that guy.
Yeah, I mean, Steph is Steph. He's the best shooter that ever lived. It was fun being able to root for Steph and LeBron and KD. But, I mean, if we're going to say Steve Kerr did a great job because he leaned on Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant,
that's laughable.
I'm not going to give him credit for him.
I won't either.
For that.
I won't either. What I'm saying, though, is I think he basically everyone else had to get out of the way for it.
Yeah, and I kind of get. I mean, they've earned that. They have. I don't know. Like, if Steve Kerr was, if it was that front of his mind, but if it was, then credit to him. Those guys have earned that. If they wanted to, be the big three out there, this is their last run at the Olympics. I mean, seeing LeBron with like the gray hair and the gray in his beard, just loving it that much, watching like him and Steph celebrate. If you're a basketball fan, even if you don't like LeBron because of, you're a Celtics fan, you still got to the guy's 39 years old. I mean, absolutely incredible what he's doing. And, Durant, all-time leading scorer. So, yeah, I'm the Tatum thing, whatever. If I'm him, I'm pissed, but they won the gold medal. That's your goal. He played in the gold medal game. Anthony Edwards was terrible for most of that game. So I think, that was a game where you could have actually used a Halliburton or somebody like that. But, yeah, I mean.
Derek White didn't play.
Drew
Holiday was in the mix for doing all the dirty work. He was on display, I thought. But, yeah, here's the next question where I'm going with this. Steph, KD, LeBron, I mean, that is just a big three. It's not Jordan, Magic, Bird. Sorry. And I don't mean to compare. But I am comparing for the future. I think what Steve Kerr and Team USA has done, I don't think they'll ever be able to organize a team that good again. Because think about 2028, guys. You think Tatum's going back to that? You think Jaylen Brown's going to that?
Yeah, I think they both will.
So you think in 4 years they'll put all this behind them and go? You think it's their time now?
It's in
and
the
maybe
United
Joe
States.
Mazzulla will be the coach?
It's going to be Spoelstra.
Or Spoelstra, yeah.
It's going to be Spoelstra, I believe. But it's in the U.S., and I think that's a very big part of it. It's in L.A. It's going to be, a huge celebration. Let's showcase the NBA. Tatum's going to be, 30 at that time, 31. Jalen will be 31, 32. So, I mean, if those guys want to be there and they're still the players we all expect them to be, there's no reason if they're not there, it's on them. It's their decision. And honestly, as much as I'm a Celtics and a Tatum fan, I would kind of look at that negatively, that they do say no. Yeah, I get it. You hold a grudge. You take that out on the NBA this year. Use that as fuel and motivation to win an NBA title. Don't use it 4 years from now to not represent your country. It's still a tremendous honor to be on Team USA, to have the chance to play for Team USA in front of, the United States of America, to showcase yourself in front of the world representing your country. I think that would be, short-sighted if they said, we're going to, still hold that grudge from 4 years ago. And we applaud Tatum and Brown for being level-headed, mature, saying all the right things, doing all the right things. So are they pissed now? Should they use it as fuel? Absolutely. Use it as fuel in the NBA. Go win another title. But in 4 years, if Team USA basketball calls, you pick up the phone.
Again, I never cared about you at Team USA basketball, but I am curious about 2028. This was, to me, orchestrated. KD, Steph, LeBron going out with Steve Kerr, by the way. You're right. They'll be 31. They'll be in the prime of their career still. I think Anthony Davis might be 35 at that point, right? Wouldn't you want those two guys spearheading the next Olympic team?
It'll be them. It'll be Anthony Edwards. The next wave is coming. Like, LeBron, I didn't think he'd last this long. 30, he's 39, but yeah, in 4 years, it's going to be, Cooper Flagg might be on that team. Like, we don't know who's going to be on that team in 4 years. So I just think to say, oh, we got slighted 4 years ago.
Let me rephrase. Did they do damage Did they do damage for the future of Team USA? The way they handled things?
I think short term, you could say that. Like, maybe when they do the World Cup or whatever in 2 years, I think Anthony Edwards already said he's not going to play in that. So I think maybe for tournaments like that, you're going to maybe not get as strong of a roster as you had in the past. But when it's the Olympics, and the Olympics are in the U.S., I have a hard time thinking that, they're going to pass up on that opportunity to all these guys. As much as, we want to laud them for being team players and all that, they still want the trophy case. They still want the accolades. Being able to, Tatum have 3 gold medals at 31.
Does anybody have 3?
Oh, yeah. KD has 4.
Oh, KD has 4. Okay.
Carmelo has 3.
Okay.
I would imagine LeBron has 3. Maybe, yeah. So maybe 4. So, yeah, but, if Tatum wins one, then he's got 3. And then when he's 36, he wins his 4th. He's right there with Kevin Durant, So, yeah, short term, maybe you don't get your FIBA World Cup teams as stacked as you'd like. But I still think when it comes to the Olympics, you pick up the phone.
All right. I did. I'll throw that out there for tonight as well. Did the way Team USA handled the basketball this year, does it hurt them in 2028? Your thoughts at 617-779-0985. Back to the Patriots. Oh, Bill Belichick. He spoke about the importance of playing in preseason games, or the importance of playing. We'll let you hear that audio coming up here on the other side. I'm Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, the Patriots.
Into the end zone.
Touchdown
for the Patriots.
WBC FM and HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Red Sox in action right now over at Fenway Park, taking on the Texas Rangers. Brian Bayo getting the start today. Right now, no score, top of the 4th inning. Bayo, 3 innings, 2 hits, does have a strikeout and a walk. Before the game, Jaren Duran suspended 2 games for a homophobic slur. Could really use him these 2 games. NFL news today, multiple teams inquired about Matthew Judon, still under contract with the New England Patriots. They're gearing up for joint practices with the Philadelphia Eagles this week. Former Eagle Hassan Reddick has asked the Jets for a trade. And it looks like opening night for the Celtics could be October 22nd versus New York. Headlines, they are brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Get started today with your 20-pound summer slim down. The results are fast, easy, and start your very first week. Awaken180weightloss.com. I'm Joe Murray. Your next update in 30 minutes.
Get the app.
There's the potential there for big stuff.
98.5 The Sports Hub app. Get the app.
If the player really wanted to play and felt like he needed it for his timing, then I think you'd probably find a way to do it. But as far as the rookies go, I think for those guys, they should play and they should get a feel for the game, the speed of the pass rush, just, especially I'd say some of the rookie quarterbacks this year who, some of whom are a little undersized, just, the height and the girth of the defensive linemen and all that. I mean, that's good for him to experience in a live game situation, not just practice. But from the team standpoint, you just want to make sure that you can, protect those guys both with their linemen and also with receivers and backs and so forth that know what they're doing out there, so that if there's any type of adjustments that need to be made, you have guys out there that are going to, do the right thing and give the quarterback an opportunity to get rid of the ball.
All right, back here 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. Here until 11 o'clock tonight. Skaz is here. Christina's here as well. It's her last week with us. She's going to do in or out. We'll let her hang around. She was actually at Patriots training camp today, believe it or not. So we'll ask her about it coming up about an hour or so here on the Sports Hub. So if she's in the chat, everyone's like, we love Christina. She'll be on the air. 8:50 tonight. How about that? That was Bill Belichick talking about quarterbacks. They need to play, is what he said. Just to give you I went over this on Friday, but it's updated now, so it helps my argument. But first preseason starts. reps, snaps, whatever you want to call them. These are snaps. Justin Fields, Mac Jones, their rookie year, 33 each. Okay. J.J. McCarthy had 32 the other night, just to compare. Kenny Pickett had 32 with the Steelers, and he was drafted. Will Levis last year at 30, and when Trey Lance that year with the Fields and Jones at 29. Last year, Anthony Richardson had 29. This year, Michael Penix had 25. Caleb Williams got 20. Jaden Daniels, C.J. Stroud got 12. And last year's number 1 overall pick, Bryce Young, got 11. Drake May got 7. Bill Belichick just said he needs to play. To work on footwork, to work on things. Talked about size and girth. And trying to see over some of the linemen. I'm really curious how Belichick would have handled Drake May this week. I'm not saying what the Patriots are doing is wrong. It's just easy to question everything the Patriots are doing now. They are either protecting or overprotecting Drake May. Why? I'm fine if he's not ready. I'm fine if he doesn't play or start or any of that. I want him to develop. He doesn't need to play games to develop. But in a practice situation, which is the preseason, by the way, practice games, he got 7 snaps. It's just, to me, he's the only one. They're the only ones who did this. So I have to question them. They might be right. They might be right. They might get more out of the joint practices this week with the Eagles than the 7 snaps against the worst team in the NFL. I just say that it's the worst team in the NFL, so why don't you give him snaps? But what do I know? What do I know? I mean, Belichick, a guy won 6 championships. What do I know?
You know, the height and the girth of the defensive linemen and all that. I mean, that's good for him to
Oh, yeah. Let him get some experience, damn it. What are you protecting him for? It was a missed opportunity. Again, not saying they're wrong. They might get more out of the joint practices this week. They might. Belichick always said that. But, you know, he's got to check out the girth and the height and the defensive lineman. He's got to get some experience with all that, you know? Only 7 reps. It's not enough. They're overprotecting him. It's the truth. Let's talk to Nick. He is in Dorchester. What's going on, Nick? We got everything on the table tonight. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, you're losing one big point about Tatum on the Olympic team.
Okay, tell me what I'm missing.
He's a child among men. In that particular arena, Steph Curry, LeBron James, they're the boys. They're the bosses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, of course, Tatum wants to get his minutes, but, like, just like Anthony Edwards, like, they're going to be subs off the bench. They're never going to, like, they're not going to get their chance to shine because Steph and LeBron are running that whole team.
Do you know that he started, right, when he played?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
so you mean
he's
to tell
too
me
shy of a...
You think he's too shy, that's why he couldn't play?
Well, he's too shy of a player. He doesn't take ownership. He's not a boss.
So I mean, I didn't think Carmelo Anthony was a boss when he played. Did you?
No, never. I never respected Carmelo. He got his points, but
he got he got to play in the Olympics.
Hey, Nick, what about 4 years ago when Tatum started every game and was the second best player for Team USA and they won the gold medal? What happened then?
yeah, they still won the gold. I mean, we're going to win the gold medal every year.
You called him shy. You said he wasn't a dog, but you didn't answer the question about 4 years ago.
4 years ago, he was a dog. Now he's not a dog. I don't know if it's because...
What kind of dog?
It's a Monday, people.
What kind
Jeez.
of dog is he? Or isn't he?
Stay hydrated.
Just okay. So Let me just understand. That guy was high as a kite, by the way. You hear him? Hey, man, it's just you're missing a big point. All right, what's the point? What was my point? He's not a dog, man. He's just a kitty amongst older people. He reminds me of Chong. You remember? You ever see that 70s show? And he's like the owner of the photo shop, but doesn't realize he owns it. You know, he's like, man, just hopefully the owner doesn't know that we're doing this, dude. You are the owner. Oh yeah, man. I can't tell if I sound like Chong or Cheech right there. I think Cheech was like, hey, we got to go to the store, man. You know, and then Chong was more like, hey, I don't know about this acid. Nothing was better when they made the weed car. They made a car out of weed and had to drive it. But something got on fire, but they had to make it to the show. So they parked the car out front, and there was obviously a little bit of a fire. And all of a sudden, the car got on fire, and the smoke started getting everybody high. And then it got into the arena as well. And then the cops were laughing the entire time. You know what? They should bring that back. The Cheech and Chong car that you could eat. Or smoke. We're going to talk to Chad Graff. He was down at Pat's camp today. Maybe you saw him today. Maybe you didn't, Christina. I don't know. His name is Chad. Nice guy. Formerly in Nessa. Now of where? Where? We're going to talk to everybody today. We're going to talk to you, Skaz, Christina, you name it. And we'll do that coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere.
right, back here at 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. We're here tonight until 11 o'clock. I'm starting to get a little excited for the Patriots-Eagles joint practices. I'm not going to be down there to watch them, but I'm excited to find out what guys like Dakota Randall, what they see when they're down at camp. Of course, Dakota doing great work over at the Pro Football Network. A light practice today, Dakota, as they prepare for joint practices. Is that correct from today?
Yeah, definitely a lighter practice. The first non-padded practice in a while, basically since they moved to full pads. They've been in full pads just about every day except for one, I think. And then today, and this is also the shortest practice in at least a week and a half at just 90 minutes. So definitely a lighter day. All
right, so a couple of things. I think the big talk was how little Drake May played in the preseason game. I'm at least one person who thinks he doesn't have to play a lot to still develop. And I don't even think the Patriots are necessarily wrong with their approach. I do think that the joint practices are worth more than a preseason game. But you did see other quarterbacks get reps all throughout the NFL, and a lot of them played really well. Are the Patriots overprotecting Drake May at the moment?
Well, I mean, I do think the rest of the NFL is telling you right now that they disagree with what the Patriots did with Drake May, both in just terms of, what we've seen with other teams and how they use these quarterbacks, these rookie quarterbacks in their first preseason games. And also there have been some reporters who shared quotes from executives and coaches around the league who have questioned what the Patriots are doing. I think they're definitely overprotecting him. I understand it to a point. I understand, protecting him from a patchwork, inexperienced offensive line, and just the fact that they're sort of building him from the ground up and teaching him the basics. I understand all that, but I do think, there is a line, and I do think it was crossed the other night where I just don't think it helps anybody. And, I don't believe that the preseason is a time to develop, but I certainly believe it's a time for evaluation, and I think they missed out on a valuable opportunity to evaluate where Drake May is.
I completely agree. And again, I'm not saying they're wrong, because who knows? This week it could all look different, but I agree. 7 reps, it's unheard of based off of how quarterbacks in the past, even Mac Jones, when he was here, got 33 reps his first time around. I mean, last year, C.J. Stroud got 12. Bryce Young got 11. So I guess the approach should be questioned from the rest of the league, like to your point. But I saw you guys over at PFN. You guys had the first-round rookie quarterbacks debuts this week. I don't know. Was there anyone who stood out to you? I thought J.J. McCarthy looked pretty good despite an interception. You guys had him as the top first-round rookie this week. Was there any other guys that stood out to you? And will you be doing that all year, looking at what Drake May is doing compared to the others?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be doing it as much as I can. I did not get a chance to watch J.J. McCarthy too closely. I watched Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. And, I mean, I will say, those guys definitely stood out, especially Caleb Williams. I think we all saw that play that he made, that off-platform throw when he was rolling to his right where, I think everybody looked at it and said that's very Patrick Mahomes-esque, which is kind of what he was advertised as coming into the NFL. And I think, we're comparing, rookie practices and rookie preseason performances. What it all means, I'm not really sure. But, the undeniable fact is, in that game alone with Caleb Williams, you saw a glimmer of what he's supposed to be. And the instances of that with Drake May this summer have just been way too far in between. Like, there just hasn't been many times where you looked at it and said, that's the guy that I heard about coming out of college. But it's also because the Patriots really just haven't asked him to do stuff like that too often. So hopefully that changes this week against the Eagles, but we're just going to have to see.
All right, we're talking with Dakota Randall. You can check out his work over at the Pro Football Network. I follow all your guys' stuff. I'm a huge betting guy too, so I get some good tidbits from you guys there as well. Just when it comes to the joint practices this week, the Eagles are loaded up front and have a really good secondary. Will the Patriots' offensive line be tested? And I know you tweeted out that at least the first and second groups have been the same over the last couple of weeks.
Yes, they have. Yeah, they have been, especially the top line. I believe that we're right around, at least when they've been healthy, this is 7 consecutive practices, plus a preseason start with Vidarian Lowe as left tackle. And then they're pretty much entrenched with Sidy Sow at left guard, David Andrews at center, Mike Nwenu at right guard, and Chuks Okorafor at right tackle. So, I'll be curious to see if that changes at all tomorrow or over the next week. But right now, I mean, that's the line. It hasn't changed in a while.
So Gerard Mayo said that Drake May will play more. Do you think he'll play in front of the first line or the second line?
That's a great question, Joe. I would expect that he sees at least a little time with the top line, just because I think Mayo was hinting at that after the game. I asked him that exact question, and he kind of danced around it a little bit, but just reading his body language and reading the tea leaves, it seemed like he was pointing in that direction. This has been multiple times since that game. He said Drake's going to play more against the Eagles. The question is, are those snaps with the first-team offensive line? I'm not sure, but I just think if there's any time to do it, this is the time to do it. This is going to be the best evaluation and developmental opportunity for Drake May. And I also just think, generally speaking, you want him out there behind the best offensive line going against one of the best defensive lines in football. So I think your best chance to get a good read on where he's at, if he's going up against that kind of defense, is behind the best offensive line. So I would expect that he does see time with David Andrews at center.
Awesome. Give us your thoughts on what you've seen from Jacoby Brissett overall. What do you think he's bringing to the team? And just in practice, I hear great things about him. Do you think that he's taking the opportunity, but also in a mentor role, but at the same time wants to win games? Are you seeing that from Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah, I think he's been as advertised, right? I think from a leadership perspective, he's been excellent. He's always jumping up and congratulating and encouraging Drake May and Joe Milton when they make big plays. You never saw stuff like that from Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi. If Bailey Zappi made a good play during practice, it's not like Mac Jones was getting up there and congratulating him or giving him an attaboy. In fact, they basically never talked. So Jacoby Brissett's been great in that regard. He's undoubtedly been the most consistent quarterback in practice. He doesn't make many wow plays, but I think where Jacoby Brissett has truly separated himself from Drake May is in the situational moments. When they have him running in red zone periods or in 2-minute drills, he's just cleaner, more efficient, more decisive in those periods. And ultimately, the Patriots are going to win any games, especially early on in the season. But they're going to need someone who can execute at a reasonably high level in those spots. And that's really where, again, Jacoby Brissett has separated himself and been by far the best quarterback on the roster so far.
Has he developed like a rapport with any receiver at all? Anyone that you see him, those two got some chemistry there.
Yeah, I think absolutely Demario Douglas. I think Demario Douglas had 6 catches on Sunday, 5 catches today. Not all of them from Jacoby Brissett, but most of them from Jacoby Brissett. And really, Demario Douglas changes the complexion of the entire offense when he's on the field. And Jacoby Brissett has just looks for him all the time. Demario Douglas catches it almost every time Jacoby throws at him. I'd also say a sneaky good connection for Brissett has been Austin Hooper. I'm not saying Austin Hooper's gone out there and been, a Pro Bowl caliber tight end, but the majority of his catches, I think, have come with Brissett at quarterback. And he's looked at him in a lot of, somewhat downfield situations, these sort of 20, 25-yard chunks. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's kind of a connection that has good production early in the season, especially if Hunter Henry is forced to miss any time. We'll have to see. He didn't practice today. Don't know if it's serious. But I think Austin Hooper could be a good backup tight end for them, number 2 tight end, and he's played well with Brissett so far.
I'm glad you mentioned that because it brings up my next question about Alex Van Pelt. Obviously, Hooper and Brissett have played with each other in the past, and they both played with Van Pelt. Do you think that Alex Van Pelt is the right guy to help lead Drake May in this offense?
Well, I'm not sure. I think he can be potentially the right man to lead this offense this season, because I think this season really is going to sink or swim with Jacoby Brissett and the ability of some of these other guys to run this kind of offense. These veteran players that have spent a lot of time in a lot of different systems in the NFL. And again, someone like Austin Hooper, who I think could have a big role, but really it's about the quarterback, right? This is a quarterback in Jacoby Brissett who knows the system. He knows how to play in a West Coast offense. He knows how to play for somebody like Alex Van Pelt. So I just think that makes a perfect match. As far as Drake May, it's no doubt that right now they're trying to make Drake May learn their system, learn Alex Van Pelt's system. This is not a system he's run and that he's used to. So the jury's out on whether that's going to be a good match for Drake May. We have no idea yet, but as far as here and now with Jacoby Brissett, I do think Alex Van Pelt is the right man for the job.
Just a follow-up to that, because it's something myself and Skaz have talked about before, but if this is a one-year thing for Alex Van Pelt, is that another situation for a high draft pick to have multiple coordinators? You would expect that maybe Van Pelt would be here past this season, and obviously May learning that offense, they're going to go hand in hand for the next couple of years, you would assume?
Well, I mean, let's see how it looks, right? But I think it would have to be really, really bad for them to subject Drake May to the similar coaching turnover that they subjected Mac Jones to, right? Like, they just saw what that did to Mac Jones, and I don't think they want to go through that again. So I think at minimum they give this at least a couple years, unless it's just truly that bad. But I don't think it's going to be quite that bad. I think they'll at least give Alex Van Pelt a couple of years because, again, they don't want Drake May to go through what Mac Jones went through.
All right, final one for you. Talking to Dakota Randall, Pro Football Network. Check it out. Love what they do over there. Teams are calling for Matthew Judon. He looked happy on the sideline the other night. I think the Patriots could benefit from having a veteran out there working with guys. Do you know anything? Have you heard anything? He looked happy to me.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything as far as the trade stuff just yet. I'll be curious to see where that goes. But yeah, we're in a weird spot right now where if you watch Matthew Judon in these practices, you wouldn't know anything's wrong. He's running around, he's smiling, he's chasing guys down the field and making these sort of lighthearted tackling attempts. He looks like Matthew Judon, but we all know what's going on off the field, right? And as far as a trade, back when Christian Barmore was healthy and looked like he was going to be here for the entire season, I would have entertained the idea of trading Matthew Judon just because I think the Patriots are deep at the edge and they have someone in Keon White who I think is ready to break out. But with Barmore potentially missing, a good chunk, if not all, the season, I think you need someone like Judon on the roster. So I think they would have to be really presented with an offer they can't refuse to move him at this point, but we'll have to see.
All right, he's Dakota Randall. Dakota, appreciate you taking a few minutes here on the night show. I know you'll be updating everybody on joint practices. Love the work that you do as well, and appreciate you taking a few minutes tonight.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
You got it. He's Dakota Randall, everybody. I love Pro Football Network. That's like one of my favorite sites. I know we were just referencing the rookie quarterbacks this week, but there's a ton of other stuff in there as well that I enjoy. So I appreciate Dakota taking a few minutes here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. We do got to take a look at the Sports Hub headlines and a little bit more, maybe some basketball on the other side here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Red Sox and Rangers over at Fenway Park. Red Sox have a 1-0 lead at the...
I ain't never seen, I guess, the world, whether you want to say the media, whoever it is putting the narrative, like, where you seeing them just pit these guys against each other the way that they've been pitted against each other since they became teammates. What is it like being up close with that?
They have so much respect for each other, man. And, you ain't got the... Sometimes you have problems with each other. Y'all friends. Like, Jalen does his thing, Jason does his thing. But on the court, they together, man. And that's all you need to be together. You know what I'm saying? Who's the go-to guy? Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown. Who cares? Both of them. Both of them are.
Yeah.
Jalen and Jason, they're going to do what they're supposed to do. They're going to get 27, 28, whatever.
They the pillars like they're supposed to be.
Hey. Safety values. Okay, you're going to get a bucket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But them other guys, our role players, they are stars in their role. Mm-hmm. They are our stars. Our glue is our guards. Mm-hmm. D. White and Drew Holiday. They makes us go, man.
Truly, now you see what they do.
They make us go. You know what I'm saying? Porzingis, they make us go. Hey, but y'all can repeat? Man, our guys in the Olympics right now. They trying to prepare for the Olympics, man. Yeah. We worry about that later. Mm-hmm. We're going to be there.
Straight up.
We ready.
Back here at 98.5, the Sports Hub. Again, we will gladly take a sponsor. If somebody would like to sponsor the daily reminder that the Celtics are NBA champions, we are open for business. We got some people over. JP called in over the weekend and said that instead of "Joe me the money, Joe me the green." I thought we could probably workshop something better than that, like the green machine, the green minute. Come get your green. The friendly green reminder. Something. The Celtics were NBA champions this year, and don't forget about it. Sam Cassell on a podcast. It looked like Caron Butler. Couldn't tell who those guys were. But said that those two guys together on the court, led by their role players who are stars. I thought Drew Holiday was absolutely on display during the Olympics. He looked unbelievable, playing amongst other guys. And, I get it. Anybody could have won Team USA. But I mentioned, could what happened with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown this offseason impact the 2028 Team USA? How will this strange summer impact not only the Celtics, Tatum and Jaylen Brown, but how does what happened this summer impact them? And let's just go over what's happened this summer. They won the championship. They had the parade. There was the state your sources, right? There was, what else can you say about me? Or I forget the quote. What song was it? What can they say now, right?
Which Team USA used as soon as they won the gold medal.
Could you believe that?
I like that. But it's a very popular song. I thought it was kind of funny.
Did you know they left Tatum out of the photo?
Yeah, I don't care.
I do.
Was Halliburton in the photo?
He was. You know what? I thought Halliburton was cool what he did. He goes, I got a gold medal. I was a part of the group project and did nothing. I thought that was funny.
Yeah,
that was
Derek
cool.
White didn't play in the gold medal game, and Tatum did. No one said anything about that.
Nobody did. Skaz, this offseason's been interesting. Again, the state your sources, the NBA boycotting Jaylen Brown, the Celtics up for sale, which, in the news yesterday, look who one of the bidders is going to be, Fenway Sports Group. Get ready. How will it impact the future of the Celtics, Tatum, and Brown? And I mean, you would think they're all motivated, right? I'm not going to call it a good thing to be neglected. Not going to do that. And I like the quotes from Tatum as he said, hey, you know what? I am human. I appreciate him being honest about that. But are they targets? Do people not take them seriously? Do they think the path was weak? Do other teams feel like they needed to reload? I mean, the New York Knicks at least have said they're the targets. Daryl Morey says, "Oh yeah, we're coming after you, Boston." Well, you're gonna have a chance to on Christmas night. Joel Embiid got exposed during the Olympics, and don't get me wrong. In the gold game, did he have a little bit of a run? Yeah, he did. Okay, I get, yeah, yay. And by the way, you're gonna go back to Cameroon now? Is that what he's doing?
I did love when the French crowd was booing him and the whole team kind of rallied around him and was like, very WWE, like bring it on.
Yeah. I love Olympic basketball. It's the style of play or something. I don't know.
10-minute quarters are great too.
Yes.
It was like halftime of that game at 4:00 almost.
Just speaking of it, the women's game was outstanding. I was here. I had to watch it in studio. They could have used a Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. Yes, they certainly could have.
They could have. They won by 1. The girl's toe was on the line. Ooh. Toes.
Always.
Sorry. Hey, it's not after 9 o'clock yet. We can't, Last week, the show got off the rails a couple of times. Nobody said anything to me. I get complimented all weekend long. Some guy. I was driving to work yesterday. I have to work a weekend show. So I came in yesterday, and some guy pulls up to me at a light, and he goes, I'm Joe Murray. And I go, what's up, man? And he just drove off. I rolled my window down to talk to him. But remember the guy that called in about the air?
Oh! Oh!
There was no air conditioner, and it was $8.50 a night.
I went up to my room. I said, oh.
Oh, last week was full of drops, huh? I think you were here. Unfortunately, Chris, so it's Christina's last week. She'll be here tonight. We're going to have her on a little bit, and then Wednesday's her last day. But last week, the designated poop spot, that was organic as hell. I didn't know that came up there. You had to answer all those calls. I commend you. You deserve an award for that. So when you go back to school, they're going to be like, what'd you learn? What did you learn? We'll find out later. What did Christina learn? Anything else about the Celtics that you want to talk about? No? How about a segment name? Daily reminder that the Celtics won the championship. Anything?
We're going to we'll workshop something. I like it. What was JP's suggestion?
Joe me the green.
Joe me the green? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll work on it. Maybe people can chat it in or tweet at us. All right, coming up next, you know what we got, everybody? In or out. And we're going to bring Christina Longo in, our intern. It's her last week. She's actually, believe it or not, Christina has already fulfilled her intern duties. So does this still make you our intern? Since you've already, okay. She's already fulfilled her hours, but you know what? She came back. We sent her to Patriots training camp today. So we'll do in or out, and then we'll get her thoughts on Pat's training camp. We'll take a quick break. We'll do all that coming up next. In or out are you? We'll do that next here on the Sports Hub.
And the best success is
Sports Hub, in or out? Neil is out. He's out before 9 o'clock, guys. And we're actually doing the bit before 9 o'clock and on time today. Can you believe that?
Starting the week off right.
All right, Christina, turn your mic on.
Oh, it's
there you go.
on.
It's on. Christina Longo.
What's up, everyone?
Our intern. She's from Dean College. We have plenty of mutuals. John Rook. That's good for another Patriots. First down. Is your professor?
Yeah, he is the best of the best. Like, you can pop into his office any minute of the day, and he gives you the best advice. I'm not even looking for it sometimes, and I'm just like, wow, never thought about that.
Very experienced guy.
He is the best.
He's an amazing play-by-play guy as well.
Yeah.
But he used to do Boston College football years ago.
Oh, wow.
And I was locked in. But Providence,
yeah, he took us to a Friars
game.
There
you go, boom.
In November, and it was amazing. I've never seen a college basketball game. It was absolutely phenomenal, and just watching him call.
And that's a good team. Providence is a good team.
He's so energetic, and because he calls when the players are coming out into the court. He's that one doing the intros and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
See, all right.
Oh my god, so
But
good.
you could do that if you wanted to.
So I'm not
you just
play
need an
by play
opportunity.
isn't my forte, but I definitely could do PA announcing.
That's cool, right?
Because I love getting all like over dramatic with things.
Well, we're going to do that in or out in a minute here. Also should mention my mentor, now your teacher, professor, I don't know what they call a college guy. Troop.
Yeah, Troop is.
Do you call him Troop?
Yeah.
Or Mr. Troopiano?
Well, yeah, a lot of us call him Troop.
So
but
nobody calls him Mr.?
No one calls him Professor or Mr. That's
it's
just
Troop.
Yeah, it's just Troop.
Well, Joe Brecken, it's the manager. Because I used to say coach.
He's a storyteller for sure.
Yeah.
Storyteller.
Yeah.
He's a storyteller. And Joe
He should
Buck
have wrote a book.
Joe Buck and Jim Nance are
Jim
his
Nance. I have spoken to
best
Jim
friends.
Nance.
Those are his BFFs.
He's done that for me, too. So it's like we both have graduated from the School of Truth.
Yes, yeah. Well, and it's funny because, like, I wasn't a huge fan of Joe Buck going into last semester, but he does this thing where he plants this little seed in your head, and I'm like, maybe Joe Buck's not as annoying as I thought.
He's not. All right, sorry, Skaz.
Hey, I like stories.
Christina's going to hang out with us for a bit because she was at Patriots camp. Don't say anything yet.
Okay.
That's called a tease in the business.
Yes, I know what a tease is.
But right now, it is time to play in or out. What do we got, Skaz?
All right, Joe and Christina, a Monday edition of In or Out. We will start at the movies. One James Cameron has reaffirmed today that he is working on a new Terminator movie. Are we in or out on a new Terminator movie?
So you're going to hate me, Skaz and Joe. I've never watched Terminator. And is this the James Cameron that made Titanic? He made the Terminator movies?
Yes.
Yeah, he did that.
What?
He did the Avatars. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
I didn't know
it
that.
is
I
that
learned
guy.
something new today. Because I love Titanic, but no, never seen Terminator. So, I mean, I guess I'm in because I'll just go and watch all of them.
I would say Terminator is the rare movie where the second one is better than the first, I think.
Yeah. Do you know what the Terminator is?
No, not really. I just know it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He's it's a human disguised as, it's a cyborg disguised as a human. Is that the word to say?
Is a cyborg an alien?
No, it's a Terminator.
Okay, yeah. I'll have to watch it to
I guess
understand.
would you call it a machine, Skaz?
Yeah, he's like part machine.
Yeah, he's like,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
It's like not RoboCop though.
All right.
Yeah, you got to watch it, I think.
Yeah, I got to watch it.
And there's a lot of references, and you're going to be like, oh, you've heard that before. I'm in. Who's playing the Terminator? There's only one Terminator. That's Arnold. Who is big enough these days to play the Terminator?
Well, I mean, Robert Patrick was the first Terminator before Arnold.
Nah, whatever.
It's our buddy from The Sopranos there.
Yes.
Giving his kid's Jeep away.
Yes, that's right.
Who's big enough to play the Terminator now?
Oh, I'm thinking of the wrestler. What is his name?
John Cena?
No, not John Cena, but
Batista?
No. Oh my God.
Batista
I
wouldn't
can't
be a bad
stand
one.
him. He used to do UFC and then came back to
Brock Lesnar?
Brock Lesnar would be a good Terminator.
You know what?
He can't
He
act.
can't act, though. I don't know if he can. I'm going to just say that he needs a guy to talk for him.
Okay.
So I'm just going to say he can't
Well,
act.
then we'd go to Batista then, because Batista's pretty big, kind of.
What about Chris Hemsworth?
Okay. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth, because he played Thor. That's pretty manly.
I don't know, man.
Maybe the guy from Reacher. That guy's a moose. Alan Richter, or not Alan
yeah, I
Richter.
think I know
Whatever. I can't think of his name, but
What about a woman Terminator?
Oh.
in.
Okay, I'm in.
Like a
But who?
Charlize Theron or somebody like that?
Oh, yeah, Charlize Theron, yeah. Uma Thurman,
Ooh.
Scarlett Johansson.
What do you call it? Oh, is there a woman? I mean, it's a robot, so is it? Oh, no. No, next.
All right, Joe, Christina, moving on. We'll head to Taco Bell for this one.
Ooh.
Taco Bell has announced they will be introducing Frappuccinos to the menu. Are we in or out on Taco Bell Frappuccinos?
So, as a Starbucks employee, I don't know how I feel about this. Okay, because the Frappuccino started at Starbucks, and I just don't know. But I did look at the flavors. They look really good. They're all churro-based flavors. I think I would just go with the original, like, vanilla churro, but I couldn't. There was, like, a blueberry one and a strawberry. I just, yeah, it's too much for me.
What
much.
does that mean?
I'm out.
You're out.
I'm out.
Can you give me a little harder? A little more out.
I'm out.
Yes.
I'm out.
There you go. It's passion. That's passion, right?
Starbucks only Frappuccinos, okay?
So, I'm in. The thing is the only thing Taco Bell does that's different as a drink is the Baja Blast.
I love the Baja Blast.
So why? I mean, if they've had success with the Baja Blast, why not the? Someone just said James Corden as the Terminator.
Oh my God, doing a karaoke in the car. Oh man.
Could be a robot karaoke car thing. I'm going to give Taco Bell the benefit of the doubt. Their breakfast has been good. What do they do bad besides put lettuce on their stuff?
No, nothing.
What does Taco Bell do bad besides give you the poops?
I guess other than that, nothing.
And it's not them. It's it's your body in Mexican food, not Taco Bell, just to get that.
Well, people tell me that if you watch how they make the meat, but I'm like that person. I don't like hot dogs, but I tell people don't watch the hot dog video if you don't want to not eat hot dogs.
You don't like hot dogs?
I don't. So for me, food is like a texture thing. I won't eat a hot dog because of the way it feels when I won't eat whipped cream too.
You don't like whipped cream?
Yeah, because it's weird. I don't
What?
I don't like it squishy stuff in my mouth. It's just gross. It's just nasty. No, can't do it. I can't do pudding, Jell-O, none of it. If it's slimy, no thank you. I'm out. I'm so out on slimy stuff.
Skaz?
Moving on. We will head to the world of podcasting for this one. Something that, we can never get enough podcasts. But this one a little different. I saw this today. Glenn Powell and Nicholas Braun are being tasked with starring in Audible's new comedy podcast, a scripted podcast. Audible and Broadway Video Enterprise are launching an original comedy podcast called The Best Man's Ghostwriter. Follows Glenn Powell as a speechwriter hired to help write best man speeches, and one of his clients is Nicholas Braun, exploring the often idiotic world of male friendship. So, are we in or out on scripted comedy podcasts?
So, I think I'm going to be in on this one because right now, obviously, the fanfare with Glenn Powell and Twisters is going psycho. All the women are out there in love with Glenn Powell.
Yeah, because you can look at him.
Everyone wants their man to be a cowboy, but that might be
Wait,
good.
what?
Yeah, because
Everyone wants their man to be a cowboy?
Yeah, because you should see all over TikTok these women.
Do you want
that I
your man
follow.
to be a cowboy?
No, No, I don't. I mean, Glenn Powell's a good-looking man, but all these women that I follow on TikTok, they're like, I want my man to wear the white T-shirt and the cowboy hat now because of that one scene in Twisters where he's walking in the rain.
Yeah, but you can't look at him on a podcast.
He's on a podcast.
No, but his voice. Some women might be attracted to the voice. You never know. I mean, like the fanfare is so crazy right now. They'll do anything to listen, to watch, to anything.
Guys, this is what happens. We only work, besides Kendra, we really only work with men. So having a woman in here has a different perspective than us. I'm not saying she's wrong. I just didn't know women envision men. Well, they all want their man to be a cowboy.
I mean, all over TikTok.
Yellowstone, everyone liked Rip. I was Rip for Halloween one year. You know how many Rips I went to at that party? I was like 7 Rips.
I love Rip. Rip all day. Rip and Beth all day.
So is it the chaps? What is it about women that like men
I
as
just
cowboys?
like a manly man. Like, he's just a man. Like, he's just a man. Like...
Okay.
But if you've been on TikTok, the whole craziness, all these women are out there taking the shot of Glenn Powell, and they're like, if I was a twister, I'd let him chase me. Like, that's all over TikTok.
Do you see what we're doing right now on the radio right now? When you leave here and you go do your own thing, just look for topics that you want to talk about with somebody and just do that.
Yeah.
And then you're going to figure out what you want to do. Mm-hmm. I want to do this or I want to do that. No. Okay? I did want to host a radio show. I will tell you that. But I had to be a producer in order to get here.
Of course.
I had to learn I had to go out and sell and knock on doors. All I'm trying to say is I wanted to do this, but it worked out. Eventually this is what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Just
you gotta start somewhere.
When you do something, just find someone you want to work with and just find 10 topics and talk about it for an hour and then put it up and then do it again the next week. That's my advice to you. Okay. If you're going to ask me for advice, this is just organic back and forth conversation. Mm-hmm. I didn't know you thought like this. So now I want to listen to your podcast. Okay?
I'm
get
glad,
it?
yeah.
We learned something.
Yeah.
You started from then to today and look what we've just discovered.
Mind blowing.
The Longo view.
Tina talks sports, but maybe Tina talks everything.
Why do you have to box yourself into sports?
But maybe Tina talks everything.
Yes. Skaz? What, was I in or out on this? All right, listen. First off, I'm out on any podcast about this, but I do think that if you become a best man, you do need to be educated. Read a book. There are plenty. And don't steal lines. Out.
In or out on, this is just a side one I just thought of because of the conversation, but are you in or out on reading the best man speech or the maid of honor speech?
The women I get, and there's no offense, but you guys get very emotional and love this person, and you have to focus on something to where you need to read. And I've been told that. That's not my opinion.
So,
I've been told that.
I'm good at memorizing stuff, but I do think you're right. If I were to be at one of my girlfriend's weddings and I was her maid of honor, I'd have to read it.
Because you need to focus on it or you're going to
I'd have to read it.
But I do think it's better if you... I've been a best man, I think 2 or 3 times. I can't remember now.
Yeah.
I never read any of them. I did them all, and I wrote them the night before, for nights before. So when I went up there, he started off with a joke, get everyone all, and then start ripping like it's a, like it's a roast, and then get right into the goods and send everybody home with a good cheers.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then all night long, everyone's going to be like, you the man.
Yeah, in any situation, you have to be prepared, whether you're speaking at a wedding, at a funeral, at anything.
But when the bridesmaids do it, it's, you did so well up there tonight. You hung in there, honey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you did, So anyways, keep going, guys.
All right, we will head to a place that we don't normally head on the night show, but we're going to head to the White House for this one. And it is not politics related, but the White House today proposed a new law requiring that subscription services like gym memberships can be canceled with a single click. It also proposes that banks and credit card companies allow customers to speak to a real human instead of AI chatbots.
Who wouldn't be in on this
in
one?
or out?
I'm definitely in. I'll never forget, maybe 10, 15 years ago, I was a member at Gold's Gym. I literally had to write a letter to cancel my membership.
So I had the same thing, and that's how it was their policy.
And it wasn't even like writing to them. They had like a financial ABC something that you had. And I'm like, they make it so hard.
Yep.
Why do you make it so hard? Even now, like, I think I just stopped going to Workout World when it was still in Medford. And like I had to call like 4 different numbers to get a real person.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
There's a lot. Like, can I give you one where I'm just off topic? My Facebook got hacked 4 years ago. And I can never get in again. I can't call anybody at Facebook. You know that?
That's crazy. So I had a similar
Facebook, which is like one of the biggest companies with how many people are on there, and like the marketplaces. Forget about the friends you have.
Yeah.
Just the marketplace alone. There's nobody I can call. None. Not. And if I go in a chat, they give you, please check our table of blah blah.
Yeah, I had a similar situation. So after my dad passed away, I was trying to get to his email because I knew he put good like photos and sent them to people. I can't remember his password. I know all of his important info.
Did you ever get
They
it?
will not give me access to his account.
I'm
like, you guys are not nice.
No, that's
you guys are not nice.
That hurts. That's sad.
Like,
I know. I feel for you on that one.
Yeah, like not nice.
Like that is something that should be accessible.
Yeah. Yep.
And like, here's the deal. Like, what if it was like, as part of the retirement, my Facebook goes to my daughter.
Yeah. Well, so listen, I did. I made his Facebook for him, so I had all that info when I memorialized his account. That way, he couldn't get hacked or nothing.
Yeah.
But
what was the question again? What were you doing?
Canceling subscriptions.
Yeah, we're in. We're all in.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
All right, we'll head to Netflix for this one. Netflix announced today that they've greenlit a new Ghostbusters animated show.
God.
Are we in or out on an animated Ghostbusters show?
Out. I'm done. Like, I just don't understand Hollywood anymore. Stop remaking movies. Some of them are really good, but like,
this would be a TV show, though, right?
Yeah, but
well, there was an animated Ghostbusters when I was a kid. I don't remember it. There's a lot of Ghostbusters, huh?
Yeah.
There was the woman Ghostbusters, then the men's, and then the ones with the kids from Stranger
that one
Things.
Either. I want to watch it because I love.
And then Paul Rudd was in one.
Melissa McCarthy, she's so funny.
Yeah, that's one. And then there's is Bill Murray in a new one, or he's not in it? And there's Dan Aykroyd, and Spengler's, Egon's daughter.
Out.
I can't keep up anymore.
Out.
Has Rick Moranis had a kid yet from that movie with the chick? What's her name there? What was the secretary's name? You got Dr. Venkman.
You sound like the lady from Monsters, Inc. sitting at the desk. I can't remember her name.
But the lady sitting at the desk in Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
that's where
idea.
they probably got it from.
Yeah.
Out.
Out. So out.
What's so interesting about Ghostbusters? There's ghosts. Put them in a thing, let them live there. The power goes out, you're screwed. A big Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. The Statue of Liberty danced one night. Ghostbusters.
That is going to do it for a Monday edition of
That
In or
was
Out.
a good edition of In or Out.
Okay. That was fun, Christina.
It was a blast.
So you were at Patriots training camp today.
Yeah.
Don't say anything yet. Just say yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And we're going to talk about that. Coming up after the headlines here, Christina Longo is here. I'm Joe Mari Scaz as well. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
WBC-FM and HD Boston.
Patriots!
It's an all-new season for the Patriots.
Wow.
And you'll hear it all right here.
Yes.
Your home of the past. 98.5 The Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Red Sox in action right now over at Fenway Park. They lead the Rangers 3-1. Brian Bayo is rolling. Rolling. Right now, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned, 5 strikeouts, 95 pitches. He might be done for the night, but Danny Jansen walked in the latest run to go up 3-1 of Romy Gonzalez. So back-to-back bases loaded walks, huh? Interesting. Jaren Duran suspended 2 games from the Red Sox and Major League Baseball for inappropriate comments. Patriots gearing up for their practice with the Eagles. Matthew Judon. Teams are interested in acquiring his services. Headlines are brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Get started today with your 20-pound summer slim down. The results are fast, easy, and start your very first week. Awaken180weightloss.com. I'm Joe Murray. Your next update is soon.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
All right, back here at 98.5, the Sports Hub. Someone has come up with a name for your show. Allison Kleinfeld. Do you know that person? All right, well, they're in our chat. So they suggested Tina Talk.
Tina Talk, okay. I'm cool with that.
I'm trying to go with your last name.
Longo?
Like,
it's
go
so
along,
basic.
Go along, go with it. Or like, along goes takes.
That's a good one. I
Along
like
go
that.
Tina.
Along go Tina, yeah. Yep.
A long time ago.
No, listen. People used to sing that to me at school. They're like, you lived a long time ago. I'm like, okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
All right, so you're Christina Longo. I think you're from Medford. You live in Somerville.
I do live in Somerville, but I grew up in Medford, so I was in Medford since 2004.
So you're a Medford person.
I am a Medford person.
Medfa.
My mom lived there her whole life, and she ended up at the University of New England, where she met my dad. He was in the military.
Whoa, now we're really going.
Yeah, where he was in the military, and that was that story. And I was born on a military base and was in Rhode Island until I was 10, and then ended up in Medford.
Along goes. Along goes. Christina. Okay, so and then you're at Dean College.
Dean College, senior year coming in a few weeks.
And you just decided to go to college later in life.
I did. So I did go to college right out of high school. Wasn't sure what I wanted to do. Decided to drop out. Probably not the smartest idea, but
we've all been there.
Yeah, probably not the smartest idea. But after my dad died, I was like, I'm so sick of working this retail job. Like, it sucks. I need something more, and I used my dad as a motivation, and
that's
like,
great.
you know what? I know he would want me to get up and out of the bed and do something with my life. And my dad and I grew up every morning. We'd watch Sports Center together. So I was like, you know what? I love watching sports. I love talking. I love to hear myself talk, obviously. So I was like, sports, talk.
So here you are.
And here I am.
That's great to hear, Christina. That's great to hear. All right, so you got to go to Patriots training camp today.
I did.
You went up, you went through the side, through the security and everything like that. They gave you your day pass.
It took a minute to get the day pass.
Don't worry
They
about
forgot
that.
about me, but it's
listen,
water under the bridge.
Here's what they do. They know us there. So someone comes and gets you.
Yeah.
And then they just give you the old wave.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I took a bracelet first, and then we figured out the whole day
Trust
pass.
me, I have been there a couple of times. It's every time I go in there, they're like, you don't have your pass. And they go, hey, it's Joe. And they shake their head at me like,
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, they said they left me. It happens all the time. Don't worry about
Water
that.
under the bridge.
Yeah.
It was fun.
But you went up, you got to watch the broadcast of Zoe, Beetle, and
Beetle
McCollum.
and Zoe. And Zoe
Did you meet Zoe?
is crazy tall. I mean, I know I'm really
6'5"?
But he's a giant.
Played in the NFL?
He's a giant. And he's always looking super suave with the glasses and the hair.
Good looking man, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, it was fun. And
Maybe
Beetle,
he could play Terminator.
And Beetle and I were talking about your songs of the summer because he called
Oh,
in
yeah,
last
that's
week.
right.
He said that you should do that more often because he
Yeah.
really enjoyed it.
Do you know that I worked with Beetle before the Sports Hub?
I did not.
And
know
tomorrow is the 15-year anniversary of 98.5
that. I heard
Sports
them
Hub.
talking about that. Yeah, 15 years. That's a
Yeah.
long
So
time.
unfortunately, Beetle and I were doing a show outside of the sport. Well, before this.
Right.
He sent in his stuff, I sent in my stuff, and they took him and not me.
Oh, no. That's really sad.
Yeah, but I got my own show now.
Yeah, true.
I'm not upset. I'm like Drake May. I just needed needed some reps.
Need some reps. Yeah.
And then once you're released, ready to go.
Yeah, he definitely needs a little more reps.
What'd you think? What did you think of the two quarterbacks today?
So, I think I agree with a lot of Patriots. So, this is coming from a non-Patriots fan, okay, guys? I'm sorry. I'm not.
You're a Steelers fan.
I'm a Steelers fan because that's what my dad brainwashed me into when he was a kid. The Patriots were no bueno. So he grew up watching the Steel Curtain. But so, yeah, as a Steelers fan, I think out there today, I think Brissett was looking a lot more ready than Drake May was. I do think Drake just needs to sit on the sidelines for a little bit, observe, take some notes, and maybe halfway through the season they'll be able to put him in there. But I think Brissett should be the guy they go with for now. Well,
okay, so you watched both quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. And your assessment was Brissett's the right guy.
Yeah, for now, because I didn't get to see Zappy play or.
Zappy didn't get any reps at all today. Milton, I think, got two.
Yeah.
So if you got 2 reps, you didn't see them.
Yeah, I didn't really see it.
Yeah.
But it's funny because Milton seemed to be the one a lot of people were going crazy for. Milton and May. There was no hype for Brissett or Zappy. It was all about Milton and May. So it was interesting to see that dynamic.
What was cool? What stood out to you? What did you like? What's something that you saw that you didn't think you were going to see? What did you want to see more of?
I liked that. I didn't realize it's almost like, so they start off with a lot of drills because I've never been to any training camp at all. So I like that they start off with drills, and then I didn't realize they kind of almost like scrimmage a little bit, like it's the defense and offense playing each other like it's an actual game, and I didn't realize that happens, and I was like, this is pretty cool. Defense was looking really good too because they weren't letting Drake May get anywhere.
So they were putting the pressure on Drake May.
They were definitely putting the pressure.
So here's a question. Do you think that they were scheming defenses to challenge Drake May? Or do you think Drake May just had problems in general because he's a rookie?
I think it's the latter. I do think it's that he's a rookie and he still needs time. So, but I am hoping for Patriots fans' sake that it is that the defense is really good and that they're not doing it just to get up on May.
Okay. Anybody else, Dan? Who was the fastest guy that you saw? Who was the biggest guy that you saw?
I don't remember all the names, but I think there's a video out there on Twitter, number 6.
That is Javon Baker.
Yeah, he hit Drake May threw a pass to him. It was really good.
It was awesome.
Yeah, really good.
Javon
really
Baker.
Good.
Okay,
Javon Baker. Okay.
That's he's people are excited about him.
See, there's because of the rebuild, I know no Patriots players right now.
Because again, you are totally a Steelers fan.
Yeah, I am, but I watch. My brother Colin, who's in the chat now, I think he's a diehard Patriots fan. So I'll have to show you off air one day. There's a video of him and I watching a Steelers Patriots game, and I kid you not, the Patriots get a touchdown. And he's got no shirt on. He's like a 12-year-old kid beating on his chest like a gorilla, screaming at the top of his lungs because my dad wasn't able to brainwash him to be a Steelers fan. So any chance he gets to rag on me about how the Patriots have 6 rings and I only have 2 in my lifetime, he will take that chance.
All right. What is that? Here's the last question for you. What was the best part of your internship? And what was the worst part of your internship?
The worst part is it's over.
That's sad.
Yeah. I want to stay.
I mean, you could always come back.
I love
I think
with
Katie's coming back this week. Joe and everyone that's been an intern. Bryson got a job back in Oklahoma City.
Oh, cool.
Joe Celia's working on our street team. Chris DeSisto, who's at Rhode Island, he's on our street team.
Skaz was talking to me about street team. I'm definitely going to be considering that when I graduate because I know this business can take you anywhere, but I have a lot of older family members. I kind of want to stay.
You need a foot in the door.
I do.
And the thing is that let's say there's an event. Mm-hmm. Let's hypothetically say they send Joe Murray to Sylvan Street Grill.
Yeah.
You would be the person potentially being there that night. Mm-hmm. And you're giving away swag, but you're meeting people and you're representing the station.
Yeah.
And they trust you.
Yeah.
And then they trust you to do other things.
Right.
And then trust you to do other things and trust you to. So it's a foot in the door. Yeah. We've all had to do something. Mm-hmm. I told you, I was an intern. One day I fetched coffee and I said, this is it. No. I said, I'm going to do it one day. I will not be your coffee boy, is what I said to all of them, and they all looked at me like, well, let's not mess with this guy. So, yeah, that was, and I know you can get them coffee. I know you know a guy.
I do know a guy. I am the guy.
What was the best part of your internship?
Oh, God. The best part of my internship is that I've just, I haven't laughed so hard like this in a long time, and I've learned a lot. Like, you sat in there with me and taught me how to cut video, and you know I hate to cut video, but I sat in there and I did it, and
It's the future.
It is.
And think about it, when you do your Tina Talks or whatever the name is, you're gonna post it to all the apps, but you gotta put it on social media.
Yeah, social
or it
media.
never happened.
I know.
If people miss listening to the show at night, they're gonna get it later on pounded on social media.
Yeah.
And you can't miss it because you scroll and it shows up anyways. Because you're scrolling 700 things in an hour, right?
Yes, for sure.
All right, Christina. We'll say bye to you before you go. Tomorrow, Wednesday night.
Wednesday's the last night.
All right. Well,
big party, right? We're gonna have a big
We're
blowout.
gonna have a big party. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So, all right, we got to take a break. Christina Longo, everybody, join her in the chat. You can stay. You have a Twitter handle or anything that people can follow you?
Hold on.
Or do you have like a?
I have an Instagram.
Yeah, share it. Let everyone follow you. They can be your friend, and then we can all be on Tina Talks.
Yeah, definitely.
What is it? Share it.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, God.
There.
All right, we'll go to break. You got it?
T-Longo 915 at Instagram.
915?
915, that's my dad's birthday.
All
T-Longo 915.
Tina Longo, everybody, here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. We'll take a quick break. More of The Joe Show next.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 90.
A complete breakdown in the Panthers secondary, but you get to see the entree.
All right, back here 98.5 The Sports Hub. We're here till 11 o'clock tonight. That was Joe Milton. I just want to tell you, yesterday I was on with Cerrone Battle, and I haven't caught up with Cerrone in a while, who does post-game with us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub for Celtics. Every Celtics game. So when I told him, I'm like, you came to the Sports Hub and then you won a ring, and he goes, no, I had nothing to do with that. I go, no, dude, you had a lot to do with that. So, yes. But anyways, I caught up with him yesterday, and we talked about everything. And I wanted to just mention that the Joe Milton talk yesterday, me and him could not believe it. We were at camp together a couple of weeks back. We watched how they handled May and Brissett, and I'm going to be consistent in saying that they give May as many reps as Brissett. They don't give Zappy some reps at all. Sometimes they pull him off drills, and then they might give Milton one or two. So if anybody is really just getting their feet wet, it's Joe Milton, and I give him a ton of credit for taking an opportunity and playing well. He deserves that credit, and if you people want to be excited about it, great. I should not tell you how to feel. But I've watched this kid play a ton of college football, and I'm telling you right now, I still have my reservations about Joe Milton. And today at practice, he had 2 reps. 2. So what does that mean? What does that say? Maybe they're really trying to ramp these guys up during the joint practices this week, but I'm interested to see how it all works out. I'm interested to see how all that works out. Now, Skaz, this is the other take I had for Cerrone, and I'm curious how you feel about this one. And you can shut it down if you'd like, but I'm opening it up. Okay? Could Joe Milton be a problem for Drake May? Let me explain. Mac Jones had Zappy, right? Last year, there was Malik Cunningham. When Drew Bledsoe was here, it was Michael Bishop, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It was Scott Zolak before that, right? Milton, people loved him. I couldn't believe the amount of phone calls we got this weekend on people who want to give Joe Milton more time. And I just look at it and say, against one of the worst teams in the NFL, they gave May 7 snaps. And now everyone wants Joe Milton? Now people think that the number 3 overall pick isn't good. Now we watch all these other quarterbacks play and say, why May did only get 7 snaps, but these guys got 30 plus? They're overprotecting him. They're protecting him. There's no doubt about that. But is Joe Milton now that type of problem for May, as it was for Mac Jones, as it was for, and you know what, I'm even going to throw Jimmy Garoppolo in there. I'll throw these guys. But I remember Zappy Fever. I remember it. And it was a problem for Mac Jones. It was a problem. And hey, what happened to Bailey Zappe this week? They took May out, Zappe came in, and they booed him. Maybe that was in his head for Zappe. How does this kid handle it? I don't know, so that's why I'm throwing it out there, Skaz. Could Joe Milton be a problem for Drake May?
I would lean strongly no. If Joe Milton is a problem for Drake May, then Drake May has seriously floundered. I don't think Kirk Cousins was a problem for RG3. I think Mike Shanahan and the field in DC were a problem for RG3. I'm trying to think of other teams that drafted 2 QBs in the same year. I mean, Jameis and Taysom Hill, I think, but no, it's different teams. Maybe.
RG3, Kirk Cousins were the same.
But I don't think Kirk was a threat to him. It was more the field and Mike Shanahan that hindered RG3. Andrew Luck was drafted first overall, and they took a guy in the 7th round that year, and I don't think anybody even remembers his name. So, yeah, the only way Joe Milton becomes a problem for Drake May is if Drake May is a problem. I think you could say maybe Joe Milton's more, NFL ready now because of his size and arm strength and all that, but Drake May is the future. I wouldn't. The Joe Milton stuff is fun, but this is who Joe Milton is. If you watch college football, if you listen to these college analysts, there is no better practice quarterback, preseason quarterback than Joe Milton. He strives in this environment. So
you get what I'm trying to say, though, right?
No, I
these
get
guys. It got to Mac Jones, who won at Alabama and was this ready guy, but May's now like being held back.
But see, I think it got to Mac Jones because of who Mac Jones was. Mac Jones was Alabama. He was a coddled kid at Alabama.
A heralded kid.
He was heralded and coddled. Like,
yep.
All the weapons.
You're right.
Drake May is,
was not coddled at North Carolina.
No, they kind of cut him loose, let him use his athleticism. He comes from a family of athletes. He's the youngest, I think, or second youngest in a family where his brother played at UNC, won a national championship. I think he can handle, some of the, I don't want to call it bullying, but the razzing that comes with being a rookie in the NFL, all that stuff. So I think if Drake May is even slightly worried about Joe Milton, it's not a Joe Milton issue. It's a Drake May issue.
So I'm just bringing it up, and it's funny because in our chat right now, this is where I'm going with it. I now feel like our listeners who listen every night know my brain. I know you know my brain, Skaz. You know where I go with it. Mac was the starter no matter what, so he didn't get pushed until the team started to suck. That's what Riz said. What's up, Riz? Shout out. And then the brokerage babe says it may have gotten to Mac Jones in part because of the coaching staff. And that's where I'm going with. I will question everything Gerard Mayo and the coaching staff does. Everything.
But when, I read that comment and I think Mac Jones didn't believe that the coaching staff had that belief in him.
True.
I think Gerard Mayo and Van Pelt are doing everything they can to let Drake May know that they do have that belief in him, and this is all part of the plan.
Do you think that they're assuring him, like he comes out after 7 snaps and like, still our guy, man? This is what we're, like.
I would almost hope that they don't need to. That feels Mac Jones-ish to me. That they're like, hey, buddy, you only got a couple snaps, but don't worry about it. Like, I hope Drake May doesn't need that. I hope he realizes I need work. I'm 21 years old. This is the NFL. They paid Jacoby Brissett to come in here and be my mentor. Let him be my mentor. Let him show me the ropes. And when my time comes, I'll be ready.
Okay. I just, Skaz, I create the content.
The narrative.
No. I created the question. I then gave it as a take. I asked you. You pushed back. The listeners got involved. I don't know the answer. This is why we do a radio show. Could Joe Milton put pressure on Drake May that affected him the way that any pressure affected Mac Jones?
I don't think they'll let it.
They might have created this, letting him let Joe Milton do that and only giving him 7 snaps. It might be their fault for this. This Joe Milton thing is getting out of hand.
I think it's only getting out of hand, to us, to the callers, to people that are. I think the Patriots know what Joe Milton is. I think they know what Drake May is, what his ceiling is, and it's just it's part of preseason football. People are going to overreact, and Joe Milton looks great when it comes to just throwing the deep ball. So, yeah, I would have no reservations about Drake May because of Joe Milton.
Okay. Just going to let that one marinate. Can we get 300 words out of the you know what I think we can get 300 words out of? Earlier we did the 2028 Olympic team and, all that. I don't know. We had a good discussion about that. I don't know. It was good, though. And this was good. I think the Patriots created the Joe Milton thing this week. Did they do it? Because all of a sudden they've killed it today.
Well, you know who's really going to kill this thing, Joe? Is Joe Milton when he gets out there and
I know
plays against NFL speed.
I know.
And Joe Milton is fun. I like Joe Milton. I hope he does well.
I like fun.
I like stories, but the Joe Milton thing, when it goes off the rails, it goes off the rails.
I just don't want it to affect Drake May like it affected Mac Jones. That's all I ask for. I'm scarred by Mac Jones.
We all are, Joe. And I think they are too.
That's why they're protecting the kid. They can say it's the line. They can say it's his footwork. They can say this, and that. They want him ready. And it's funny, Dakota Randall mentioned this. They're trying to get him up to speed on their offense. They're not just like getting him ready for the NFL. They want him to learn the offense. And right now but every time we talk to Barth, the one thing I'll give Barth credit for, and he's been consistent on this, he thinks that they're coming up with coverages at practice to really confuse him. Like, they're not just like setting up out there, let's see what May can do. They're throwing like exotic defenses at him. And when he struggles, that's where he does. Because he's seeing the exotic defense for the first time. But that is developing. Like, that is how you develop. So that's what I mean. From what I'm hearing from beat writers, they want him to get up to speed on the Van Pelt stuff. At the same time, they're showing him exotic defenses. That's how you develop a quarterback without playing.
Yeah, and if you're, someone like yourself or even me this offseason who's been, somewhat skeptical of Gerard Mayo taking over, that is something that, we kind of question, they're drafting a quarterback 3 overall and they have Gerard Mayo in charge. Is he really the guy to groom and grow a quarterback? Well, if he's going to take the approach that I'm going to throw all these things at him to get him ready, I like that approach. I think that's, it's the other side of the coin. Instead of having a Kevin O'Connell or a Mike McDaniel or a Sean McVay, you have the defensive coach who says, look, I may not know everything about that side of the ball. It's going to be AVP that gets you ready there. I can at least show you what these defenses are going to do, what they plan on showing you in these games, and throw the confusion at Drake May and see how he handles it. So maybe that's a plus in Gerard Mayo's corner that we weren't thinking about originally, is that he can help these quarterbacks develop how they look at defenses, how they read defenses. So yeah, that's something that I would consider encouraging.
All right. Speaking of one Mac Jones, I had a chance to watch his performance over the weekend. We'll talk about that coming up on the other side. But first, we're going to tell you what's going on in this Red Sox game in headlines.
Sports Hub headlines.
Jones set up the defense well, looked the part. He looked better than he did last year at the Patriots, I'll admit it. Making his preseason debut the other night against the Chiefs. Went 9 of 11, 98 yards, no interceptions, no touchdowns. He'll see more playing time. They wanted to get the number ones out there with Jacksonville. Something to keep your eye on. I don't know if he's going to start a game, and I'm going to stand by my take that these first round picks struggle to stay in the league. I don't think they'll cut him. It'd be cheap to cut him though. But CJ Beathard, I think, is the guy there. He could run the offense well. He helped them last year. There's a quarterback competition between those two. Now, Lawrence extended now. He played injured at times and finally missed a game last year, but they missed the playoffs because of that. So I think they're bringing in Mac Jones. He's from there. He's won state championships in high school there. He seems happy. I did read this weird quote, though. Not sure where I read this, but I guess at times Mac Jones can drive the Jaguars crazy. I had to look into it. And the Alabama product having fun in Jacksonville. So much fun that he sometimes annoys his head coach. Here's the quote. He's going to have fun no matter what, Doug Peterson told reporters. I think that's just his personality. He's great in the locker room, great with the guys. Sometimes he drives us crazy with some sort of the stuff he says or does. But it's good. I think it's really good because when he gets in there, it's business. He's a competitor.
He's going to have a fun time no matter what. I think that's just his personality. He's great in the locker room, great with the guys. He's, sometimes he drives us crazy with some of the stuff he does or says, but it's good. I think it's really good because when he gets in there, it's business, and he's a competitor, and he loves to compete.
Let's wrap it up. Provide an example. Some of the stuff that drives you crazy.
I don't know, just some of the things he says out there. I can't really do them all, but
like kicking guys in the junk? Or sack wax? Can I say that? Whatever. What else did he do? Didn't he chirp somebody? Didn't he try to didn't he rip someone's leg off? Or was that happened to him?
Brian Burns?
Yeah.
Panthers?
Yeah. So, I guess those things were true, huh? People did not like Mac Jones, and he's driving his team crazy. Mac Jones driving his current team crazy. Next. Just calling it like it is, folks. Driving the Jaguars crazy with some of the things he does or says. I'll be on Mac Jones watch all preseason long. By the way, in the division, there is the Indianapolis Colts, and we're going to go to break into this one, everybody. But there seems to be a new song for the Indianapolis Colts made by a fan, and I just have to tell you now that you're going to laugh. And, of course, it was a Colts fan that did this, but a Colts fan made a hype song before the preseason opener. It's a good one, and we'll send it into break after this. I'm Joe Murray. The music is next, and, of course, leave it to a Colts fan to make a hype song. Here it is.
This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. This is our Colts. Whether win or lose, we love them. For the shoe, beat the Broncos. Let's show them who the real horse is. This is our team. Go Colts.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
just getting better.
Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
In the world unrelated to sports, so sit back, relax, and get your mind in the game and listen to the words of a grown man complaining.
All right, Murray's Musings here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm sure you saw this story today, and I'm sure you thought of me. So, I got this sent to me by a lot of people. So 3 times we have all looked at that thing today, and now we get to talk about it. Headline, school worker pleads guilty to stealing $1.5 million worth of chicken wings from the school district. A South suburban school worker has pled guilty, stealing $1.5 million worth of food, mainly chicken wings. Vera Lydell was a food service director for Harvey School District 152. Cook County prosecutors accused her of stealing massive amounts of food meant to take-home meals for students learning remotely during the pandemic. The Cook County State Attorney, who investigated it, that Liddell entered a guilty plea Friday and received a 9-year prison sentence. Woof! 9 years for stealing chicken wings. That's hefty.
From the article, it states it was more than 11,000 cases of chicken wings.
So that's where I wanted to get into it. I've read a few different articles on this one today. But in the long and short of it, a Chicago cafeteria worker stole wings. Multiple wings.
Chicken wings. Chicken wings.
Chicken wings. This reminds me of Tommy Boy when Richard and Tommy got into a fight outside, and he just whacks him over the face, and then they go into that diner, and he's like, not here, but just right here. Does he see anything? Nope, can't see anything. And then the Helen, who's the waitress, comes
You
over.
look like a Helen.
I really want some chicken wings. And he says something, God, you're sick. And she goes, you know what? I'm going to fry those up for you. And he's like, Tommy, what way? And then when he goes out and sells chicken wings. So this woman took it to heart. A 68-year-old lady basically stole chicken wings from the school district. This brings up another story. They looked into it because the students aren't allowed to have bones.
Oh!
So, a woman stole chicken wings when the kids can't eat the bone! Using COVID funds. Now, that's no-no. That's a no-no. She was ordering 11,000 of cases of chicken wings, all for herself. I love wings. 11,000 cases. What were you selling them on the curb every weekend? What were you doing? 11,000 cases of wings. How many wings are in a case? I need to know. Christina, this is the last thing I'll ever ask you to do as an intern. Please look up how many wings is in a case. How many wings is in a case, and then do it by 11,000.
Oh.
11,000 cases of wings? And wasn't there like a wing shortage back then too? Like a chicken shortage or something?
Don't you think somebody should have noticed a little earlier, Joe? 11,000 cases?
But it was going to the kids.
Never made it to the kids. Never made it.
Did the kids get fed?
According to the article, those wings had never made it on students' plates. How did they not discover this earlier? Yeah, the auditing process might need some work.
How many cases? How many wings? I'm curious to know how many wings this is.
Depending on the case size, Joe, it is between 80 and 120 wings.
Let's call them 100 wings.
So pretty easy math there. 100 times 11,000, Joe. That is
1,100,000 wings. 1 million wings? She stole 1 million chicken wings. That is absurd. 1 million chicken wings. I have to ask, have we seen what this woman
She's a smaller woman.
Did she eat them?
I would lean no. Somebody was getting fed.
Did she sell them?
Looks like a sale process might have been happening.
This had to be out of the trunk. I've told you. I bought empanadas out of a trunk before in East Boston. I'm not ashamed of it. Some of the best I've ever had. I told you, in Rosendale, there used to be cookouts at our softball games. I didn't care. I'd buy the hot dogs. I didn't care. No shame from me. There's a pizza guy I know who's got a place in Newton, and I stop by him all the time. 1 million.
1 million
wings. She stole 1 million wings. Okay. Did she sell them by the 100? Got to buy 100 wings. I need $100. $1 a wing. Could she have made all that money?
Someone brings up a good point in the chat. If she just kept going boneless, would this still be going on?
No. That's the point. This is why I think that thing came out recently that there's no such thing as called tenders. I like chicken wings just as much as anybody else, but 11,000 cases, everybody? A 68-year-old woman? She sold them. She had to have.
1 million.
And then she goes to jail for 9 years for not stealing chicken wings, but being an idiot. Was it worth it, Miss Vera? Like, now she's the chicken lady. Is she like in rail jail? Is she packing cases of chicken fingers and wings? Imagine all that money. How much was that? That's coming from the Treasurers Union, right? 1 million chicken wings. Not even a million. 1,100,000. 1.1.
And we went in the middle. It could be more.
We don't even know now. It could be more. I have a lot of questions about this one. I'd like to talk. Can we get Vera? Do you think can people in jail do radio interviews?
I don't know if she'd be using us for her phone call, Joe. She might have family members.
She's already in there. She's already in there.
I'm sure there's a limit on phone calls you can make.
Come on, did a lawyer represent her? Listen, she did it because she never thought she could get caught. Like, I'd gaslight the Treasury. You guys did it. It's your fault. You didn't pick it up. You let it happen under your watch.
Your incompetence led to me going to jail.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a good defense.
Gaslight the crap out of them. Maybe they win. Because the judge would be like, well, they do got a damn point. How you let? I feel like the guy from My Cousin Vinny, the lawyer. No, not the lawyer. The judge.
Two Utes.
He'll be like, that's a lot of chicken wings to go uncovered and unnoticed. So, could it really have been 1.5 million chicken wings? 1.5 million? What was she like? Yes. Hi, how are you? I'm calling from the district. I need another 10 cases this week. Thank you. And what would the truck person would just hand it to them? What if she wasn't there? Did it go in a refrigerator? A freezer? How did it go?
I do believe in the article it states that she was picking them up in a cargo van. So I don't know where they were going after that.
Get sick of wings, though, if I had that many. I wouldn't want to see a chicken ever again after.
Is there a food you could eat every day? Like, I like a lot of food, but I don't think there's one I could eat every single day.
I don't know.
Like, if you had to have Frosted Flakes every morning for breakfast, I love Frosted Flakes, but every day, I think I'm out.
Is there one food I could eat every day without a problem? Yeah, like I get sick of French fries all the time, or potatoes in general, and like greens. Could I like switch up the kinds of steak though? Like, could I have prime rib one day and a sirloin the next, and then
like I could have a potato product every day. One day it's a fry, one day it's a baked potato, mashed
chips.
Potato the next day, chips, maybe something like that. But yeah, if you're eating chicken wings for every day for 5 years or whatever, yeah, I'm tapping out of that one.
All right, birthdays today. Dixie DeMello. Who's that? 23. Rudy Pankow. Chris Middleton's 33. River Butcher. Matt Thiessen. Maggie Lawson.
I don't know any of these people, Joe.
This is from Christina. Plaxico Burress. Remember him?
I do remember Plaxico Burress.
Didn't he shoot himself in the leg?
He did.
Just wanted to double check that we knew that's who he was. Let's see here. Birthday.
I got one for you, Joe.
Okay.
It is one Mark Knopfler's birthday today.
Mark Knopfler. Remind me on who.
Guitarist, Dire Straits.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were a for some reason I thought you were a fan.
I am. I just, sometimes I don't care for the people's names. George Hamilton is 85 years old today. Bruce Greenwood is 68 years old today. Yvette Nicole Brown, 53 years old today. Rebecca Gayheart, 53 today. Casey Affleck, 49 years old. Manchester by the Sea, I've seen once, and I will never see it again.
Yeah, great movie. Don't need to ever see it again. Joe, it is one Antoine Walker's birthday today. Twan is 48 years old today.
Take it easy at the casino tonight, buddy.
Joe, it is one Sir Mix-a-Lot's birthday today.
Oh, yeah. How old is he? I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Sir Mix-a-Lot is 61 years old.
Man, he must have had a hell of a 60th birthday. I was going to say something else about him, but I'm not going to. Because you'll use it as a drop. But I want me to say it anyways? He's seen a lot of butt. That guy's 61 years old.
You think he's got a designated spot?
I bet you. I was trying to relate it to chicken wings, not designated poop spots. Okay. Has Sir Mix-a-Lot seen more butt or as over under 1.1 million butts? Because she had 1.1 million chicken wings. And it's hard for us to believe that's even a real number. 60. Any other birthdays?
I don't know if you said these already. Lakeith Stanfield, Straight Outta Compton actor.
Oh, I like him.
He's good.
He's in another movie I liked. I can't remember what it's called.
Tyson Fury.
Ooh,
heavyweight boxer.
Yeah, I know him.
Stefano Tsitsipas, the
how
Greek
old
tennis
is Tyson?
player.
Oh, he's 36. Tyson Fury, huh?
He's getting up there for a boxer.
He's gonna. Did he retire? I know he got.
They always retire and unretire. He'll be back. They all.
One last thing, because I know we're up against it, and I apologize, but I'm not sorry. I'm watching The Bear again.
The Bear.
The Bear. Paul. Bear. John Cena was on the last episode that I saw. I felt it was forced.
His fault, or just like they pigeonholed him in there?
There was something else about the bear that I was going to talk about.
Paul.
Did it have something to do with that? Man, there was something about the bear that I wanted to talk about.
You didn't like John Cena in it? Was there another guest star?
Yes, there we go. Josh Hartnett. Heartthrob from the 90s.
Yes, he's
up.
back.
He's on the bear.
He just had that M. Night Shyamalan movie come out, too, I think, one of these last 2 weekends.
I'm like, is that Josh Hartnett, the guy that was all the girls liked in high school? So, yes, Josh Hartnett and John Cena in the same episode.
It's a lot of hunk.
Oh. And you know what they're cooking up at that restaurant? Duck.
It's getting ready for a drop there.
Chicken wing.
Tummy likey. Tummy want wingy.
Chicken wings. 1.1 million chicken wings. Can you believe that? I hope she got paid. I really need to know. Chicken wings. I'm not going to tell anybody.
Maybe you can write to her, Joe. You know, they're looking for pen pals.
You know what?
See if we can get her a message.
Do you think Kevin,
300 words?
Our other intern, Kevin, will be here tomorrow. Do you think we could have him write to her?
I think Kevin would be happy to do that. I think he would find great delight in that.
Not saying you can't do it, Christina, but I just think that he would be so condescending that I need to know.
I think that's a good task for Kevin.
That's a good
tomorrow.
one. What'd you learn at your internship? Well, this woman. All right, we got to go to break. Chicken tenders. Get the headlines next.
WBZ FM and HD Boston. We've got the Patriots covered.
Back in the home. He's in trouble. A sack.
It's an all-new season for the Pats, and you'll hear it all right here. 98.5, the Sports Hub, the Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Red Sox and Rangers tied at 3. Patriots will have joint practices tomorrow with the Eagles. Headlines are brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Get started today with your 20-pound summer slim down. The results are fast, easy, and start your very first week. Awaken180weightloss.com. I'm Joe Martin.
Boston's first FM all-sports radio station. Let's go!
All right, back here at 98.5 the Sport Hub. We'll go to break in a minute here, but I got to answer this one. John is in Northbridge. What's going on, John?
All right, so there's one food that I can eat every day, right? Rotisserie chicken from the store after the gym, work out, go, 100-plus grams of protein every day. Done that like 50 times this year. Plus, if not more.
So you've had chicken 150 times this year?
At least more than that, around there, give or take. A few days to where you get steak or something else, but
and
yeah.
You never, but is it the only thing that you can eat?
It's the only thing that if I wanted to just do this every day, easily, wouldn't even question it.
Okay, so you could eat chicken every day?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Anything else going on in your life?
I wish. No, I'm good.
Yeah. How's Northbridge, Massachusetts?
Oh, good little hole in the wall. It's nobody's ever heard of it. Small little town, Northbridge, Whitensville, just south of Worcester.
Yeah.
If you ever want to go out,
I've been there.
Cool little dive bars.
Yeah. I'll be at Polar Park in 2 weeks.
Oh, there you go. 20 minutes up north, right off 146.
Great food scene over there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Mercantile's great.
That's right. It is great. Our very own Tim McCone lives out in that way.
Oh, yeah.
All right, John. Good luck with your chicken.
Absolutely. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you. John can eat chicken every day. I don't think I can. What about eggs? Could you eat eggs every day?
Yeah, if they were different, probably like scrambled, over easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say hard boiled
like deviled
one day,
eggs, hard
deviled.
boiled.
There you go. So like maybe I could eat eggs every day. Stefan is in Brockton. Hey, Stefan.
Hey, how you guys doing?
How you doing?
Definitely chicken every day. Look at you have a million different flavors of chicken. Fried chicken, jerk chicken, curry chicken. Like, there's so many different types of flavors and stuff you could go from. I don't think you could get tired of chicken. I'll do 150 cases of those.
No, that's what
No lie.
that's what Vera did. She stole 100, and the only reason why they found out was because they were wings, not tenders. Because kids don't eat bones.
And didn't we have a major shortage of wings? A major shortage, like everywhere, supermarkets and all that.
Yeah,
so where did she get all these wings?
She was in a van down by the river.
But anyway, back to my take. Yeah. Definitely chicken all day. A million different flavors. Teriyaki, orange chicken. Come on, Joe.
Oh, no, trust me. I love orange chicken. General Gao chicken.
So I'm sticking with it.
Any general. So, Gao, you name them. I like them all. Wow. Who would have thought that this was a discussion that would just... This is the Joe... This is the Joe Show, Skaz. You started it. You talked about a chicken you could eat. What's something you could eat every day? You started it. You did ask that question. You did it.
I'll take the blame. That's fine.
No, it's okay. You're not a moron for it. Remember someone called you a moron?
Yeah, quickly retracted.
That's true.
Very quickly retracted.
All right, we got another Joe on the foods. What's up, Joe?
Joe, I can eat pizza every day, buddy. That's the food right there. Pizza every day. Guaranteed.
What if it's too hot?
You gotta let it cool off. That's all. What's the problem with that? So what? So cool it off. But pizza every day, baby.
Okay.
That's for sure. Hey, Joe, I need you to follow up on this lady with this chicken because 1 million chicken wings. What the hell is this lady doing with 1 million chicken wings? Is she selling the wings? Is she eating the wings? What's she doing with the wings? I want to know. Oh, somebody's got to write to her. Somebody's got to write to her. I need to know what's going on with the chicken lady over there.
So, Joe, real quick, it was you're the guy that went to Italy and it was so hot?
Yes, yeah, the air conditioner. That's right. Yeah, don't go. Yeah, forget about it. Forget about Europe for you, pal. You won't like it. The air conditioner. They don't believe in air conditioner. It's not. They don't believe in air conditioner. It's a shame. I don't know why they don't believe in air conditioning over there. Yeah, but I couldn't do it. I told the guy, I can't do this. I can't do this. Send me some fans. Send me something. But they ended up sending me a couple of fans, and so I slept miserably for like 7 nights. I can't. I said to my wife, I'm not going to Italy no more until they get the freaking air conditioners because that sucks. And God, they don't believe in air conditioners. That's all I got to tell you.
Hey, are you Italian?
I'm actually I'm not an Italian, but yeah, I'm Italian. Why?
Yeah, you just whenever I feel like whenever you like offended or somebody like does something to you, you always go hey. And
I've been saying that. Yeah, of course. I mean, I got to stop the guy. I got to put him in place. Yeah, don't. You want to throw? You can, when you try, when you go for me, I got to go for you too.
What's your call? What's your call? Like me, I go bro. Like I yell bro really loud. What do you got?
I go, what are you doing? What's the matter with you? You know what I mean? Whoa. Like I like the whoa thing. Whoa. Back it up, pal. Back it up. That's what I like to do.
All right, Joe. Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Joe. Hey, I want to know about the chicken lady.
Yes, we will. Oh, yes.
Oh.
I need to know about the chicken lady. There was a lot of drops in that call.
Oh.
All right, we're late. We're very late. We have to go to a break, everybody. If you want to call in about foods or whatever, we'll do it on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 90.
All right, back here at 98.5, the Sports Hub. Right now, Red Sox trail 4-3 in the top of the 10th inning. We'll keep you posted what happens with that. We've had multiple people call in about the math on these chicken wings. I could have a bean and cheese burrito every day, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Basically did summer break every year. I don't know if I could do that, bro. A bean, cheese burrito every day? Whew, whew. Joe, 11,000 cases of wings, 200 wings per case. Your math is a bit off. But she has to explain the heist by stealing tanker truck of blue cheese. Ooh, is that true? I didn't even read that part. Did she steal blue cheese too?
That I don't know. We were going off the assumption that it was 100 wings per case.
Okay, so should we do more math now? So
I'm out on math.
So now it's 2.2 million wings. It's just math. So 200 wings in a case, 11,000 cases, 3.5? Why is my math off? I don't know if I could do that, bro. That was a hiccup. That wasn't a burp. I'll give you a burp if you want a burp. Want a burp? That's a burp. The other one was a hiccup. Do it again. I want to hear it. I don't know if I could do that, bro. 11,000 cases of wings. 200 wings. I hate the math on this. That's a lot of wings. Where do they get? They really produce that many wings? I mean, I guess they have to. The great chicken wing shortage of 2022. Like many things in 2022, the chicken wing industry is still feeling the effects. Maybe she's the ringleader. The last hour radio was gold, man. Amazing content. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy chicken wings. Jared is in Methuen. What's going on, Jared? You're on the Sports Hub.
How's it going, Joe?
How you doing?
I'm good. I know somebody already said this, but I could literally eat pizza every day. I don't care. It's my favorite thing. I got 2 Tripoli's, like right near me, so I mean, I could eat pizza any day.
Now that
anytime, any day.
Now I like Tripoli over Christie's, so I'll give you that.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, but here's the deal. I don't know if I could eat. I don't know if I could. I love pizza. Now I could have a pizza bagel. Do you know what else I do is? I mentioned this before, but you know how you make biscuits? Make biscuit pizzas.
Oh, I never thought of that. I might have to try that.
Oh no, you do it, and then you call me. And you know what else is great?
I will.
English muffin pizzas. Just get some English muffins.
Oh, that I've definitely done.
So we got biscuits, we got English muffins, we have bagels. What else do we have? What else besides the plain old dough? What else could we make a pizza?
I've used tortillas before.
Oh yeah. You got to double it up.
Yeah.
You double it.
Oh, absolutely. You can't use one tortilla. It's thin crust, but hey, you got to have 2.
And you know what I did?
At least 2.
I actually saw that on a TikTok video.
Ah.
And he puts it in the air fryer.
That's what I make all my pizza in the air fryer. I got the pizza setting on it. That's the way to go. Takes like half the time and tastes way better. It's crispy.
You know what? Have you ever just put sauce, cheese, and pepperonis on a big cookie pan and just did it that way with no bread?
I have not, but that sounds pretty good.
It would just be pizza without bread.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I guess it's a little healthier, so that's a good one.
I mean, I guess we could cook some pita bread, fold it up, put it in a basket, put sauce and cheese in it, and it could be like a pita.
I mean, hey, it works. Pizza's pizza, I guess, but you know, some people are picky with it. Some people are picky, but I would try that for sure.
Pizza every day, man. I'd be gaining the carbs, bro. The carbs.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm not saying I do. I'm saying I could eat it. I could.
All right, Jared. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, have a good night.
You too. Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. When pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime.
Oh!
Let's go to the headlines, guys, because, we just need to do them. So here we are. Let's do the headlines.
Sports Hub headline.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. I think we're back on track. Kind of. Developing situation going on over at Fenway Park right now. They called up a guy today named Mickey Gasper. He's a catcher. Batting .341 at Worcester. He's up right now. Runner on second. Woo! Second and third right now. 3-2 count. A chance to win the game for the Red Sox. Ball four.
It's a professional at bat.
Bases loaded. Right now, I just have to say the mustache on that man was incredible. That was another thing we did Friday night. We've gone off. Summer's almost over, Skaz.
We're getting it out of our system.
No. Sometimes I force it, okay? This stuff has been organic as they come.
If only we knew Mickey Gasper's name on Friday.
If we could only tell you that Mickey Gasper, he has got himself a stash.
Local guy.
Look at that. Where's he from?
Merrimack, New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
Went to Bryant.
Dude, he's got himself stash. Stash. A catcher with a stash, huh? Tony Pena, he had a stash for a catcher. Catcher stash. So Masataka Yoshida's up right now with the bases loaded. One out. Mike Ditka had a really nice groomed one. Mike Ditka really did. You know what would be funny is just all the drops you've saved for the summer.
Joe, tomorrow is an anniversary show.
Oh, that's
so
right.
So we may be playing some greatest hits.
I can't believe that.
I'll be going through the archive, the Joe Murray archive tomorrow. I'll be sending a text out to one Jeremy Conley just to see if anything sticks in his memory as well. But yeah, we'll be taking a trip down memory lane tomorrow night. I mean, I believe the station as a whole will be doing it tomorrow. But yeah, we will be participating as well.
Yes, 15-year anniversary of 98.5 The Sports Hub is tomorrow. Starting at 6 a.m., the first voice of the Sports Hub was John Wallach, and I believe he'll be the first voice tomorrow morning, 15 years later. You know what, John? Congratulations to you, sir. Another mentor of mine. Maybe he'll be teaching your Dean College class someday.
Even if he didn't want to be at first, still a mentor of yours.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. He did not want to be.
We love Wallach. And maybe I'll be seeing Wallach Celtics season coming up pretty soon.
Well, Skaz, we got ourselves a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Chicken wings for everybody. 236,000 times 11,000 is whatever. Give everybody chicken wings. The Red Sox have won the game on a walk-off tonight. 5-4. He does not have a mustache, though, and it's number 30. Who are these guys who had the game winner?
Isn't that Rob Refschneider?
Oh, is it? Okay. Chicken wings for everybody. Chicken wings. Chicken wings. And there's Wally. You think Wally eats chicken wings?
We got to get Wally into the hall.
Do you think Wally... Let's get Wally on the show. Chicken wings. Red Sox win. You want to talk about it, you can. Anthony's in the car. Anthony.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
I was just doing some math real quick. So we're sticking with the 2.2 million wings and the 11,000 boxes, about 200 apiece.
Yep.
If you put one chicken in every seat at Gillette Stadium, you can fill the stadium like 16 times with just chickens.
Wow. That would really fill. I mean, there might be more chicken wings than people this year.
I know, that's ridiculous. And I don't think you've mentioned him, but do you remember Lee Van Cleef from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
Yeah.
Awesome freaking mustache, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we mentioned Sam Elliott the other night because he was in Tombstone.
Oh, yes, dude. Sam Elliott. Fucking the...
All right, dummy up. Come on. Come on.
We almost made it, Joe. 10:49.
You know what's impressive, though? We talked about chicken wings and how many butts Sir Mix-a-Lot saw tonight.
Imagine those filling Gillette Stadium.
And the dump was at 10:49 p.m. I like big dumps and I cannot lie. All right, we got to wrap up the show. On the other side, I'm Joe Murray.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
98.5 The Sports Hub. I swear to you, we had full content from the weekend. Mayo spoke this weekend. Rookie quarterbacks who played in the preseason. Red Sox are struggling, but they win tonight. And just a quick take on that. The Jaren Duran suspension, 2 games for a homophobic slur. And I'm not going to sit here and preach about what he did or said or any of that. What I do want to preach about is awareness. You can offend people easily. And when you are a professional like that, that was offensive. It was uncalled for. You're better than that. The problem is, Jaren Duran, you need to prove you're better than that now. You need to prove you're better than that. You have grown in tremendous ways this year, Duran. I give you credit, man. And I know you've dealt with some mental illness along the way. What you've done this year as a baseball player, you finally have reached your potential. Good for you. But what you're lacking is leadership. And I know that there's many. I've read the worst place to be is Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it when things like this happen. Because I know there's people who's, I grew up, we used to say it all the time. It doesn't matter what you grew up to. You need to realize you offend people now. And just for Jaren Duran as a baseball player, he needs to become a leader. And right now, I don't think the Red Sox can depend on him to be a leader. I stand by that. Hell of a baseball player. You've had a hell of a season, and you've come a long way, and you fought a lot of demons yourself. You did not help your cause here. You're not a leader. You have a lot to come back from. Here's the flip side of it. The Red Sox really needed him tonight. They've lost 4 in a row. They went into extra innings. They had to use a guy named who again? I don't know. He had a great mustache, though. Mickey Gasper. Mickey Gasper. Mickey Gasper from Merrimack. You know, he went to Bryant. Used to hang out at the hangar. Love. Great mustache. They could have used him tonight. They're going to miss you tomorrow, too. That's gonna hurt. You didn't hurt your team tonight. But you need to be a better leader, man. Need to be a better leader. They got to win tonight. Belichick on the importance of playing. We'll get into that tomorrow. I tried to throw out there, could Joe Milton be a problem for Drake May? And Skaz wasn't having it. That's about it, right? It was a whole. And then chicken wing.
A little Olympic talk.
Oh, yeah, a little Olympics. Yeah, that's right. And then we got joint practices tomorrow. I'm interested. I have the Eagles to win the NFC East, guys. I got a little change. By the way, check out our Big 12 podcast. That's going to come up shortly. And Skaz wrote an article about Jason Tatum at 985thesportshub.com. Christina, excellent job tonight. 1 more to go for you. Just show up and hang out. We'll have fun on Wednesday night. More on the Patriots and joint practices tomorrow.